mature as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
The Twin Cities home for Vikings talk. FM 100.3 KFAN.
Welcome back, Vikings Football Sunday. Today's health report is brought to you by Twin Cities Orthopedics. TCO is the official sports medicine provider of your Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Moving Company, as PA likes to call them, they are in full force today, but inactive Theo Jackson and also Levi Drake Rodriguez. And for the Commanders, really the only one that's a big name there would be George Fant, the tackle. He is out, but he isn't even starting, so I guess it's not that big a deal. Today's health report is brought to you by Twin Cities Orthopedics. TCO is the official sports medicine provider of your Minnesota Vikings. Trusted care, pro approved. Coming up here next, Ben Lieber's going to join me. The Commanders, their run game, third in the NFL. The Vikings versus the run, it's been a bit of a struggle. We'll talk about how he sees this game panning out today. That's next. This is Vikings football.
It's time to score a touchdown with the best deck you'll ever have, and it's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking. There are myriad reasons why. One is they're the leaders in design, so let them ship you free samples at no charge. Choose up to 4 decking samples to see which realistic wood styles are best for you. Start at TimberTech.com. Behold, it's TimberTech.com.
Vikings fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home for exclusive coverage of your favorite local teams. And there are more ways to watch this season. Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream your hometown teams. Or watch through a TV provider. Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com for details.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And Jerkface Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit GoGPAC.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings and go GPAC.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights. Drive-through experience. Gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree. Skate the plaza. Cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity. And save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price. A proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota Wild, Seattle Kraken, tomorrow at 9 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back. Vikings Football Sunday. Vikes taking on the Commanders on Must. And down on the field, Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. We got Ben Lieber. Ben, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Oh, Muss, I'm doing great, man. I have an air of positivity and optimism right now. How about you?
I love it. Yeah, I mean, you got a 4-8 team, you got a 3-9 team. I mean, what's to lose? Just get out there and just wing it. I mean, that's
I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds like it's a negative, but you're right. It's like, what do you got to lose? I mean, just go out there, have fun. I mean, I know that's sort of the mantra that they've been giving McCarthy the whole week is, don't overthink it. Just go out there and play football. You've been doing it your whole life. So hopefully the whole team can kind of respond the same way.
Now, you're going up against a team, the Commanders, they have the third best rush game in the NFL, and it's crazy in our Vikings defense how many yards we're giving up on the ground. How do we turn that around today?
Well, I do think that there's some play in the numbers, and I know that this is it's hard to do this because you'd have to do it with every team in the league, but if you take away their quarterback rushing stats, which total 510 yards of rushing, their big third-ranked rushing offense goes all the way down to 28th in the league. So, yes, I know I'm not comparing every rushing team and taking out their quarterback rushing stats, but I think it does tell a story where you go from third ranked to 28th and you take away those quarterback runs, and it's a vastly different running offense. And not to say that Rodriguez Jr. is not good. I mean, he's earned the spot. He's got the hot hand. I think he's got great footwork. He runs with a little bit of power. He's very decisive when he hits those holes. And I think the pulling scheme that they use and they marry up with the RPOs, it is difficult. I'm not saying it's going to be a challenge, but I think the biggest challenge is not letting them pick up first downs with the quarterback run game. And I'm guessing that they've been telling Jaden to just, extend plays and don't put yourself in harm's way. So maybe that won't be such a huge factor in this game.
Ben, we've heard so much this week, especially with J.J. McCarthy talking about his mindset and how he's thinking now, and he's not trying to overthink. But how does, Josh McCown and Wes Phillips and KOC, how can they help him stay on the field and get into the deep red and move the sticks?
Well, I'm guessing he probably learned a lot from watching Brosmer last week as you go back and watch the film, and as they were going through it play by play and watching him over process, maybe that was what he needed to see. And okay, I need to get through my progressions a little faster. This is how he did it. Maybe not quite as fast, but I do think it is about consistency of message for him. If just go out there and just go through the first couple of progressions, and that's it. We're not asking you to go to a 400 level offense. We're asking you to go 200 level offense. And I know that's a lot easier said than done. And I know it's going to be the biggest key when he gets to the sideline after possibly a bad throw or maybe an interception, or, the offense is not functioning the right way. How can you keep him positive on the sideline? That'll be a huge thing. And I just hope, I hope Muss that, they tell him not to overthink. Is he going to go into the game taking the ball and be like, okay, don't think. And then he's now worried about not thinking, and then the whole while clouding his thoughts.
Am I thinking or not thinking?
Am I thinking about this or am I thinking about it?
Should I think more? I'm not sure. Yeah, the Vikings defense, by the way, Ben, has been fantastic. Against Seattle, they shut down JSN just to 23 yards. They sacked Darnold 4 times. They made him very confused. They held Sam to just 128 yards and 0 touchdowns, and they've held teams to 150 or less passing yards in the last 3 games.
Yeah, this defense, this 10th ranked defense has gotten even better in the last 3 games. You look at our total defense, we're actually climbing up to 7th best in the league in those last 3 games. So we are giving up some ground game stuff, but overall we're doing a great job of holding these offenses back. And I really think it does come down to pre-snap. We are really confusing a lot of these offenses on some of the blocking schemes. We're getting the one-on-one matchups that we want up front. We're getting some free rushers here and there, and we're getting a bunch of negative plays. And when you can stack up some of those negative plays in the right situations, it makes it really difficult for the offense to operate. And so, I got to credit B-Flow in the way that he sets everything up pre-snap. That really, to me, is the key as to why we're executing at such a high level lately.
Last one for you here, Ben. We've mentioned this guy's name a couple weeks in a row here, but Eric Wilson, 4.5 sacks, 14 TFLs. He leads the team with TFLs. He's got 3 forced fumbles. The position versatility is insane with this guy and the total number of snaps.
Yeah, I mean, it's so nice to see him flourish on the outside. You know, we know that he's an inside rusher. He can do all those things. I think the one thing that we don't give him enough credit for is how physical he is in the run game. You know, even when he's not tallying stats, he is running downhill and being a factor in the run game, you know, picking up some blockers, making sure everybody else is clean so they can make some plays. So he's really doing all of the dirty work, and he's making plays. So he's been special this year, and as long as he can stay healthy and the rest of our guys stay healthy up front, he's going to have another big day today.
All right, Ben, great stuff as always. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks, Muss.
Ben Lieber, not only from KFAN, but also Fox 9, Twin Cities Live. He's all over the place, and we love that man. All right, Vikings Football Sunday continues. Vikes Commanders. Ben Gessling from Star Tribune and StarTribune.com joins me next on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Every team needs a top pick, and every home does too. That's why pros and homeowners choose Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Built to last through every season, Anderson makes it easy with windows and doors that perform as great as they look. So whether it's scoring style points or tackling tough weather, you can trust your home to Anderson, the official window and door partner of the Minnesota Vikings. 2024 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors, builders, architects, and homeowners. For warranty info, visit AndersonWindows.com.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at MysticLake.com. You don't want to miss out.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
A winning team needs great players. At Trade Home Shoes, we have legendary players like Birkenstock, Brooks, New Balance, UGG, Adidas, and Nike. We also have top performers like Hoka, On, Olakai, UFOs, Ultra, and a rising star, Rival. Whether you're gearing up for game day or the daily hustle, score a winning pair for the whole family at Trade Home Shoes. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
Every Tuesday at 11, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell joins Paul Allen live from the TCO studio right here on the audio home for Vikings football, KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back, Vikings Football Sunday. Vikes taking on the Commanders here at U.S. Bank Stadium. But coming up for the Friday Football Feast, you can join PA, Nordo, Alec Lewis, coming up Friday, December 12th, that is, at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Plymouth for the Friday Football Feast, presented by Coors Light. Visit Vikings.com/BWW for full schedule and details. And now joining us from Star Tribune, StarTribune.com, also KFAN and Access Vikings. Did I get that right there,
You
Ben?
did, yes, sir.
Access Vikings. All right, very cool. It's Ben Gessling. Ben, it's 4-8, a 4-8 team right now. Yeah. You spend so much time with this team. What is the general feel, in your opinion, at TCO with a 4-8 team?
Well, I think there's certainly a realization that this season is probably, in most scenarios, not going to go where they wanted it to. And I think there's a little bit of certainly disappointment about that. But there are a lot of things for this group to play for yet. I mean, you have a lot of players on this team that are going to be playing for their livelihoods in the next year or so, and you have to figure out, what that will look like for each individual guy. But I also think there's a level of I think there's been an effort to say, hey, this is going to be a long process with this quarterback, and trying to stir up enough patience to keep things going. And Justin Jefferson talked about that quite a bit this week, that you have to have a lot of patience in a year like this, knowing that with a young quarterback, it's going to be harder to do it all of the way through the season at the level that you would expect, and you're going to have the highs and lows that you have to go through. So I think it's kind of reminding people of that, and this is just a reality of where they're at with this quarterback and how he's looked to this point. And you're trying to adjust the offense to the point that it's supportive for him, but you also have to understand that it's not going to happen overnight.
What we were breaking down right before we came on this segment is totally different from the film that you normally watch. J.J. McCarthy, what do you need, or what would you like to see from him today?
Yeah, I think a lot of it today is, Kevin O'Connell has talked about, trying to make reads and be decisive in that front, and they've said, let's not worry about the footwork as much, let's not worry about the mechanics, let's be more decisive in reading coverages. And that is a difficult thing to do with the defenses constructed the way they are in the NFL these days, where what you see pre-snap can change so much post-snap. I think I'm talking to people in the locker room this week. That is a lot for a young quarterback to learn on the fly, because it is getting to be so different to read defenses in the NFL than what you see in college. So if he's able to make decisive reads and able to make plays, get the ball to his receivers in time, that's going to be, I think, a big factor today. If he comes out of this game with a decent completion percentage, doesn't turn the ball over, because they've thrown more interceptions than they have in any year since 2010, which is not a year that 2010 is not a year you want to be bringing up very often with the Vikings. No. So if you can clean those things up and be more efficient, I think that's a step in the right direction. Doesn't have to be that he goes and wins the game, but this is a team that you should be able to throw the ball against, and some of the decisiveness they've been wanting to see is going to be a lot of the key today.
2010, that's when the dome collapsed. It got that bad that even the dome was like, nope, I don't want to do anything with this anymore. 26-0, speaking of, going back in the record books, that's the first scoreless game in 18 years against Seattle, and that goes back to 2007. All of that being said, I am really focusing on the positives. What have you seen as positives for this team in 2025?
Yeah, you look at guys that have developed into bigger roles. Jalen Redmond's the first one that comes to mind. Defensive tackle that's become a mainstay as part of this defense, and one of the more disruptive pieces they have on that defensive front. So you have guys like that I think are going to play bigger roles going forward. Certainly that's been, I think, one of the players you're going to see them build around on that defensive front. And, Donovan Jackson being back in the lineup today after a couple of limited days with that ankle injury, I think he has been the kind of guy that you look at and say, we can plan on him being in the middle of this line for a long time. You need those players who become fixtures on both lines of scrimmage. They spent a lot of money on veterans on both sides of the ball. If you can get some younger, more affordable players to step alongside those veterans, that's a big piece of it. So I think those would be a couple of the positives to look at.
There's just 30 seconds left in this segment.
Yeah.
I didn't give you enough. But Jets, does he have a big game today? Doesn't it feel like he's on something?
I think he needs to be. And this team, I think, has given up more yards per attempt than any in the NFL. So if it's going to happen, today's the day to do it.
All right. Ben Gessling, thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks, Mus. Enjoy the game.
Ben Gessling from Star Tribune, StarTribune.com, Access Vikings, and, of course, right here on KFAN. We got more coming up on the way, including PA has a sit-down with the coach, Kevin O'Connell. That's all coming up before the boom. That's coming up at noon. Vikes taking on the Commanders, and you're going to catch it all right here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Vikings football.
Imagine being the wizard of your home. With Xfinity Wi-Fi, you can boostify speeds for the moments that count and magically pause Wi-Fi to any device. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill the same for 5 years with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Equipment included, no contracts or commitments. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for Good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only.
Hey, it's Paul Allen, and for decades I've been telling you to go to Continental Diamond to buy your engagement ring. I have Andy here. Why do you think Continental Diamond has been so successful over the years?
It's definitely because of our We Care More attitude, PA. We have an amazing team that genuinely cares about providing our clients the best experience and the most value.
For 25 years, wow, a quarter century, I've been promising and they've been delivering. Visit Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park or continentaldiamond.com.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
If you're in the market for a used vehicle, click on carswapusa.com. We offer easy financing, complimentary oil change, and if you need it, we can deliver it. Speaking of carswapusa.com, you can browse hundreds of vehicles from your home. If you're ready to buy a premium, hand-picked, late model, low mileage used vehicle, then check out your options at carswapusa.com. We deliver whether you're buying or selling. Make CarSwap your first stop. CarSwap, a car for everyone.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Vikings football heard here. On FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back to Vikings Football Sunday. I'm Tatum Everett getting you ready for Vikings and Commanders. I'm now joined by running back Aaron Jones. This interview is brought to you by Wildfire. Aaron, you left last week with a shoulder injury. How are you feeling now, and what's your availability looking like?
Feeling a lot better. Still sore, but I'll be able to play through it and be able to be out there with the guys.
Yeah, speaking of, how do you uplift your teammates during this 4-game losing streak?
Just try to keep them positive, keep belief in them, and the confidence. One thing as an athlete, you never want to kind of let that confidence unwaver. That's kind of what got you here, some of that confidence and the belief in yourself. So just kind of trying to keep that high and let them know, hey, just because things aren't going our way doesn't mean we're not a good team or we're not good players. We just got to put it together.
What's an example of something you can do to help bring them along?
Maybe if I hear guys having the wrong conversation, or just as far as like on the scout team, if the scout teams aren't giving us the right looks, you have to kind of correct them, and they're new as well, so they're learning. So just trying to pull all the guys and like you said, just instill that belief in them. Like, hey, no matter how it's gone so far, we still have life, and you handle it one game at a time. You kind of get momentum on your side, and you never know what can happen.
That momentum, I think you're hoping, is also in the run game. So given the little bit of the struggle in Seattle, what adjustments do you need to make against this Washington front?
I feel like we just got to come off the ball. Seattle is a great defense, and they did a number of things, and I think they kind of felt like they probably had to stop the run, which I feel like most teams are going to feel like. But I feel like we're getting on our combinations. I feel like the week before we were able to kind of make the run game come alive, and I think we have all the pieces there, and we just got to put it together, rely on our combinations. We've had some guys coming in and out, so it's hard in that aspect, but that's why that's another thing, how I pass it along. when they get in this building, I let them know, hey, you're here for a reason, whether you know it or not. And we will need you at some point. You never know how the season plays out. This is a violent sport we play, so there are injuries, and your number will be called at some point. Just make sure you're ready.
The Commanders front is something that they hang their hat on. You know, they're very physical up front. What are some ways you could exploit that to your advantage?
Definitely. If they're over aggressive, if they're shooting gaps, you can call just certain plays that'll kind of trap them or kind of get the look that you want. Sometimes you want them a little overly aggressive or shooting gaps, or what jumps out to me is penetration.
Okay.
And penetration can disrupt, but if it's washed down, if it's blocked right, then I feel like that's when big plays are coming.
Okay, so there's been a lot of talk this week about simplifying the offense. As you look at the game plan going into today, what does that look like?
I would say it looks like you hear the call, you know the call, and go play. And go play fast and win your one-on-one matchup. I mean, to me, when it's complex, it only helps you as an offense, but everybody has to have a deeper understanding of that. And I feel like it's helped since I'm in year 2. Year 1, I didn't have as great of an understanding as I do now, and that just comes with time and playing ball and being in a certain offense.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Best of luck today. Today's interview brought to you by Wildfire, located at Eden Prairie Center. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. We are closing in on kickoff between the Vikings and Commanders. Paul Allen with head coach Kevin O'Connell next on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters. Time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Now back to Vikings football on the Fan.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, joins us now right in front of the boom against the Washington Commanders, a 3-9 operation on a 7-game losing streak, but welcoming the return of the ballyhooed Jaden Daniels at quarterback after missing a month. Jaden, his touchdown to interception ratios 4-1, yards per attempts at 7. What makes him a tough customer?
Well, I think the biggest thing about Jaden is he is for a young player, he sees it. He sees it, has total command, poise to make throws in rhythm, the accuracy, the arm strength, all those things. But then he's also got the ability, if you cover really well on that play and he gets out, he can steal first downs. He can just make it hard on you as a defense to apply pressure to him. So we've got to be, as consistent as our pass rush has been as of late and really getting quarterbacks off the spot, which our defense has been doing at a pretty high clip. We got to be there to finish the play. And it might not be the first guy, it might be the second guy, and that's where play style and strain, and then the back end coverage staying plastered and finishing every single down through the echo of the whistle, because he's that kind of impact at the quarterback position.
Kevin's defense has not allowed a passing touchdown in 3 consecutive games. Another step to be had today for J.J. McCarthy. What do you expect?
Yeah, he had a really good week of practice. We want him to turn it loose, PA. We want him to go out there, quiet his mind, and just play fast and play with conviction, throw completions. We've got the playmakers. Feeling pretty good about the group we'll have in front of him today, blocking for him. Let's put it all together. Let's just throw completions. Let's allow him to have a total comfort with what we're doing, and we feel really good that this plan presents that for him, and it's just going to be about stacking some positive completions. He's had games, whether it was Detroit and some other games this year, where he started fast and hit some nice completions that led to early success in the game, which can be huge for us today, because I think we want to start fast as a football team back here at home in front of our great fans. And then the big thing for him is let's see if we can sustain that for 4 quarters, not trying to do too much. Doesn't need to overthink anything. Just go play and turn it loose, and I think he'll have a good day.
Hey, Kevin, back to your defense for a second. Like when Jonathan Grenard came into the game at Seattle, he didn't play many plays, but it had such an imposing presence right out of the gate. So it triggers me to just remind people and just think that with Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner, the way he's playing now, I mean, it's just really, really nice to have those guys really against any quarterback, right?
Yeah, and we came into this season really looking at it like we had 3 starters at that outside linebacker position. We found ways to get them all on the field at the same time, but through the ebbs and flows of Van Ginkel's season, dealing with some things injury-wise, and then obviously as of late with JG, Dallas has gotten a lot of great reps. When you pair them all together, you're seeing the growth of a year 2 player we kind of expected and hoped for, and credit Dallas for that. But now that all 3 of them are back on the field, you mentioned JG last week. I felt it too, as get off, the power, the speed, in some limited snaps. Hopefully to see him a little bit more out there today. And when we can get those guys all humming off the ball and changing the game, it really can show what our defense is capable of.
And lastly, for the Commanders and their offense, here comes old Deebo Samuel. Now a Commander. Is he still a super physical receiver and runner?
Yeah, as good as anybody with the ball in his hands in the league, because of his ability to break tackles, run through contact. They're going to try to get the ball in his hands in different ways, where maybe necessarily Jaden doesn't have to hold the ball in the pocket. And then it's about, how many purple hats can we get there? He's their kick returner too, so he's going to get some touches there with the new dynamic kickoff rules that we have, and we've got to be on top of it. We've got to absolutely be on top of every time he has the ball in his hands, because the hidden yardage, the run after catch, across the board, whether it's their 2 backs, they kind of have a running back by committee, but these receivers as well with their ball in their hands. Terry McLaurin back kind of full go as well. We're going to see the full group of this Commanders offense, which I think is right at the top of the league in yards after contact. So that tells you that they're breaking tackles. They're doing some of the things that can really be hard on a defense if you allow those plays to get going. So we've got to fly around, be physical all day long, and see if we can get them off the field and get some 3 and outs early in this game and give our offense as many opportunities as we can.
This will be a good one. Excellent chat. Thank you very much.
Thanks, PA.
Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm Paul Allen. Here comes the boom between Kevin's Minnesota Vikings and Dan Quinn's Washington Commanders on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My wife really enjoys the Pilates classes, and I like a good interval workout on the treadmill. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to US Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
Vikings Commanders live on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Showtime, baby. Oh, you know what's going on. Let's go, Vikings. Let's go. Vikings on three. 1, 2, 3. Game time.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air. All across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, your local Northland Ford dealers, Polaris, and by Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following. U.S. Bank, Jacob Leinenkugel's Brewing Company, 3M, and by Lumen.
Touchdown! To the 30, down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds.
Today, the purple look to take command. Now, let's go live to U.S. Bank Stadium to our three hogs, along with former Vikings Pete Bursich and Ben Lieber. Here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
Yo, what's going on? Happy Saturday and welcome to U.S. Bank Stadium. It is the Minnesota Vikings and Washington Commanders doing battle about a minute and a half from now. Ben Lieber coming up shortly with his player to watch. And the captains are heading out to the Skull Norseman logo to establish who gets the ball first and why. The next voice you will hear will be that of referee Brad Allen. Brad's group of the 17 officiating crews calls the fewest penalties of all of them, about 10.5 flags a game. We had them in Dublin versus Pittsburgh. Wasn't necessarily the case for the Vikings with Brad Allen that day. There were 13 penalties accepted, 8 for 82 yards against the Vikings.
Good afternoon,
here's
gentlemen.
Brad.
Welcome to regular season week 14. For our coin today, we have heads and tails. I need your option, heads or tails? Tails. The call is tails. And it is heads. You've won the toss. You're going to receive. Which direction will you kick? All right, flip it around, guys. Minnesota will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, Brad, appreciate you. Vikings and J.J. McCarthy get the ball first. We kick it off with Ben Lieber and his U.S. Bank player to watch.
Thanks a lot, PA. Yeah, I'm looking at Jonathan Allen, our big defensive tackle free agent signing last offseason. He did spend 8 seasons with the Washington Commanders. He compiled 42 sacks, 60 tackles for loss. And listen, we all understand that every one of these guys brings a little extra juice and energy when they're playing and competing against their former team. and he's got a great opportunity to shine when he lines up across from left guard Chris Paul, who's considered the weakest link on their offensive line, and let's hope he can provide some interior pressure versus Jaden Daniels as well. Hope he has a big day.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. J.J. McCarthy starting at quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. He'll be making his 7th start. He and Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels came out of the same 2024 draft. Today, McCarthy makes his 7th start. Jaden Daniels, off a layoff of a month and change due to a dislocated elbow, he'll be making his 27th start. And for the Minnesota Vikings during this 4-game losing streak, they've averaged 10.5 points per game. They haven't scored a touchdown for 8 quarters, and hopefully all of that changes today at U.S. Bank Stadium for the Washington Commanders and Miles Price, the Indiana Hoosier, basking in the glow of the Big Ten championship last night. He's sole alone at the goal stripe on the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium, and boom! Hoping the Vikings can get a victory on Ben Lieber's birthday is in the air. Here comes Miles Price, and the Hoosiers feeling good about himself. He skips to the 25-30, shakes a tackle at the 33, and after a 35-yard return, J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings head onto the field. For J.J., he played 2, then he missed 5, then he played 4, and then he missed the last one. 7th start for McCarthy, 6 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, for an offense averaging 18.5 points per game overall, 28th best in the NFL. The Vikings' time of possession, that has to change. 27-16 for time of possession on average, 2nd worst in the NFL. McCarthy goes under center. The first Minnesota moving company's intact. Jalen Naylor goes in motion to the left. Now back to the right, now back to the left. Handoff Aaron Jones up the middle against Washington, and he'll pound his way across the 40, and he'll be stopped after a run of 3 yards against a Washington defense giving up 388 yards per game. That's the 2nd most overall in the NFL. They allow 254 passing yards a game, also 2nd worst, and they average 8.2 yards per play allowed. That's the worst in the NFL. They got a couple of Hall of Famers over there. Be careful in linebackers Bobby Wagner and Von Miller. It is 2nd and 7 for the 4-8 Minnesota Vikings from their own 42 empty backfield. 5 receivers against a 3-man rush. McCarthy, he'll throw short to Ben Sims. Ben Sims with his first catch wearing the colors. That's a gain of 9 yards, Pete, and a Vikings first down.
Yeah, and getting the ball out to midfield. So Vikings win the toss and elect to take the football. So that's I think that's Kevin McCarthy or Coach O'Connell trying to put his faith into J.J. McCarthy and say, hey, we can move this football. We need to get out fast, score some points. So here we go.
Washington has been outscored 80-28 in first quarters this year. First down for the Minnesota Vikings around the 50, offset eye left hand off Aaron Jones. Showtime right up the middle across the 45 between the hash marks, and Bobby Wagner wraps him up after a 7-yard gain. Bobby Wagner leads Washington in tackles. 14th year from Utah State. My man's going to the Hall of Fame. He's playing his 235th game today, and that includes playoffs. Now, he's opposite a Minnesota moving company, the offensive line, that's fully intact. Left tackle, Christian Darrisaw. Left guard, Donovan Jackson. Then Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and Brian O'Neill. 2nd and 3 for the Vikings as McCarthy goes out of the shotgun. We're scoreless. He'll throw left, caught first down. Pitch and catch. T.J. Hawkinson in front of the Washington bench, 35. Shoved out of bounds at the 32. 9-yard gain, first down.
Dan Quinn has taken over the play calling on defense, and they're playing a lot more zone with that. But one thing that they don't defend well, Paul, I've seen it week after week, is just defending the sidelines. When you get a middle open style of defense, they just don't cover the flat routes very well, and J.J. McCarthy taking full advantage of that on that last play.
1st and 10 from the Washington 32. McCarthy shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 left, and it's going to be Jalen Naylor on an end around, speeds to the 25 far side. He's encountered at the 24, and he'll be stopped after a gain of 9 yards. Speedy Jalen Naylor with a 9-yard run. 2nd and 1 as Minnesota approaches Washington's red zone.
Yeah, and that's Jalen Naylor's first carry of the year. Jacob Martin was unblocked and didn't quite know what to do. There was a lot going on. Was it a run? Was it a reverse? The whole thing, I think it ends up going down as a pass for J.J. McCarthy, a 9-yard pass. So Jalen Naylor showing his speed around the edge. Well put together run play.
6 play of a possession that's gone 38 yards. McCarthy 3 of 3, 28 yards. Scoreless, first possession of the game. Handoff Aaron Jones. He has room, and he'll cross the line of scrimmage and get the first down. And then he is upended violently after a 3-yard gain by a second-year linebacker, Jacob Martin. A veteran linebacker in Jacob Martin and/or Jordan McGee. They like them both.
When the Vikings are going 2 tight ends, they put one tight end on either side, kind of extend that offensive line. The Commanders are staying in a 4-man front, Paul, so that's going to give you some room, right? That's going to give you some running room, so I like to see him go back to that personnel group in that formation.
McCarthy, empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 left, first down from the Commanders' 18, 4-man rush. JJ to the end zone! Touchdown! 18-yard touchdown to Josh Oliver, and the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 6-0 lead.
That's just plain 3-deep zone coverage by the Commanders, and it was a skinny post on the backside. So what a great route by Josh Oliver, getting his 3rd touchdown of the season. So Josh Oliver has become a pretty good threat, especially in the red zone.
Will Reichert for the field goal try, make that the extra point try. He is 19 of 19 this year, 57 of 57 in his career. Ryan Wright holds. Andrew DePaula snaps. Snap spot. Extra point is good. And the Vikings win the toss, and they take the ball, and they snap that touchdownless streak at 8 quarters and about 4 minutes. Well done, J.J. McCarthy to Josh Oliver. And on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, Minnesota leads 7-0. And this is Minnesota Vikings football. It's time to score a touchdown with the best deck you'll ever have, and it's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking. There are myriad reasons why. One is they're the leaders in design. So let them ship you free samples at no charge. Choose up to 4 decking samples to see which realistic wood styles are best for you. Start at TimberTech.com. Behold, it's TimberTech.com.
Mesh, Besher, and Spence. The lawyer you choose makes a difference.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights, drive-through experience, gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree, skate the plaza, cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity, and save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
Ready? I'm Josh Oliver, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
Welcome back to the game. Wow, a nearly perfect drive for your Minnesota Vikings. 7 plays, 61 yards. It was a Josh Oliver receiving touchdown. It all got started by a 35-yard kickoff return, put us in good field position. We saw a lot of everything, you guys. We saw some empty in there. We saw some 13 personnel with 3 tight ends. We saw a lot of motions and shifts pre-snap. And on nearly every play, we were making the defense decide what we were going to be doing formationally. And I think it was the most decisive and accurate that we've seen J.J. McCarthy in a long time.
Boom! Boom! 4 of 4, 46-1 for McCarthy. Deebo Samuel from the goal line far side. 5, 10, 15, 20 outside the numbers. And the veteran gets by the 30. A flag on the play. He'll spin away from Tyler Batty at the 37. Get to the 40. Down at the 41. 40-yard return for Deebo Samuel. Pending infraction for the 3-9 Washington Commanders. 1-6 on the road. Losers of 7 consecutive. Last 2 spine-tingling losses, both in overtime. Here's Brad Allen.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 35. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So instead of starting at the 42, your Washington team is going to be backed up inside the 20-yard line. The Vikings take a 7-0 lead on a 7-play, 61-yard drive, 3 minutes and 3:50 and change. McCarthy to Oliver for JJ, his 7th touchdown pass against 10 interceptions. Now we welcome the return of Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels off a dislocated elbow. He's missed about a month. And for the Washington offensive outfit, they'll run a bunch of players, and they'll generally use Deebo Samuel, Zach Ertz, and Treylon Burks of late to try to move up and down the field. 1st and 10 from the 15. Out of the shotgun, Daniels hands the ball to McNichols, and the physical back heads to the left side across the 25 for a gain of about 4 yards, making it 2nd and 6. Jaden Daniels got this Washington team to the NFC title game last year. Now they got killed by Philadelphia, but in the playoffs, 3 games as a rookie, 822 yards, 5 touchdowns. He ran for a touchdown and 135 yards. Deebo Samuel, the former Niner, in motion to the left. 2 receivers left and right, 7 zip Vikes. First possession for Daniels and the Commanders, and he's going to throw to a wide open man at the 40-yard line. It's the veteran Terry McLaurin. He was uncovered, hit at the 45, knocked out of bounds at the 47. Daniels to McLaurin for 28 and a crowd silencing first down.
And McLaurin was targeted 14 times last week, 7 receptions, 96 yards, a touchdown. He had another touchdown that was called back. So that one's on Jay Ward. Jay Ward has to play that deep to short. He can't jump the flat route.
Ertz, veteran tight end, in motion to the right. 4 receivers right. They let Jalen Redmond through because it's a Samuel screen to the right. Andrew Van Ginkel snipped it out, slowed him at the line of scrimmage, brought him down after a screen gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for Washington, approaching Vikings territory. Minnesota leads 7-0. Deebo Samuel, 7th year from South Carolina. Just 7 years, Pete. It feels like he's been around 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. He's such a versatile player. As a running back, kick returner, wide receiver. He's very, very tough to tackle. So Deebo Samuel is a big weapon for this offense.
2nd and 8, Washington from its own 49-yard line. Tight end in motion to the right. Daniels under center, hands to Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez with a spurt across the 50 to the 45. Angles outside the numbers. First down. Hit at the 42. Stopped at the 41. Chris Rodriguez, 3rd year from Kentucky. 10-yard run and a first down.
Well, that's one thing that's overlooked, if I think about this Commanders offense, Paul, is just how well they run the football. 3rd in the league in yards per game, 6th in yards per attempt. So they dedicate themselves to the ground game, and it really only helps those wide receivers to get one-on-ones on the outside.
1st and 10 from the Minnesota 41. John Bates, fellow tight end to Ertz, in motion to the right. Daniels with a fastball left, incomplete. He short-hopped his 2nd-year tight end, Colson Yankoff. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 41. Minnesota leads 7-0. J.J. McCarthy 4 for 4 on the opening possession. They ran it 3 times. They passed it 4 times. Got a touchdown to Josh Oliver.
Yeah, they're going with the no huddle on this opening series. They're trying not to give the Viking defense a lot of time to set up blitzes.
Jonathan Grenard, edge right. Andrew Van Ginkel, edge left. Against Jaden Daniels, who wears number 5. Eric Wilson blitzed. He got through, but then he tripped. Pass left to Sinnott, the seldomly used tight end inside the numbers, hit by Byron Murphy Jr. at the 37, but Sinnott will fall ahead for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 2. Byron Murphy Jr. playing in his 100th game today.
That ended up looking like a blitz, but being a 4-man rush. Eventually got pressured by Eric Wilson, Paul, who's been playing very, very well. Such a good linebacker it's a versatile, just his ability to blitz and cover and everything else. So Eric Wilson coming up big on that last one.
Daniels, the second overall pick in the 2024 draft behind Caleb Williams. 8 touchdowns, 2 picks out of the shotgun. Takes the snap on third down. He's a running option, and he's a threat, and he heads out to the right, dives for the first down. He's whacked by Blake Cashman as he was going down, but Daniels, the dual threat with a 4-yard run and a first down. As for the first time this year, Pete, Taki Taimani checks into the game.
Yeah, Taki Taimani. Levi Drake Rodriguez missing his first game with a neck injury. You could see him on the sidelines. He wants to be out there, but how about a Taki Taimani, Levi Drake Rodriguez? A lot of these undrafted young defensive linemen making an impact.
Pistol formation, Daniels in front of the punishing Jeremy McNichols. Bates in motion to the right. Handoff McNichols. Good jump cut right. He avoids a tackle at the 30. Goes pounding into Harrison Smith at the 24. Flag on the play. He stopped after an 8-yard run, but this will go against the road team.
Holding. Offense number 87. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Now, when there's an infraction against Washington's offense, I think off last year, Pete, we're conditioned to expect it to be Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah, false start.
Yeah, the left tackle, Laramie Tunsil. How about this? He only has 5 penalties called against him this year. He was traded to Washington by Houston. Last year, Laramie Tunsil had 19 penalties, and when the Texans were here week 2, he had 6 against the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, the crowd noise really affected him. So I don't know if he had any nightmares, last night thinking about playing in this stadium again. But it was definitely not a great day for Laramie Tunsil last year when he was in U.S. Bank Stadium.
7 minutes and counting to go in the first quarter. Minnesota 7, Washington 0. Welcome to the show. Jaden Daniels out since week 9, works out of the shotgun. He has 2 receivers right, make it 3, tight end in motion to the right, and on 1st and 20, Daniels hit as he throws, dump right, Jeremy McNichols, who's tough to bring down outside the numbers to the 40, and he's finally taken down at the 39. That's just a gain of about 1 or 2, so it's going to be second and extremely long for the Washington Commanders.
And they had the right play called at the right time. It was a Viking blitz, and you had a blocker for Jay Ward, who was rolled up playing like a corner and did a great job defeating the block and getting in and making the tackle. So Jay Ward making up for a pass that he gave up earlier in this drive.
Veteran Terry McLaurin with a catch so far today. It went for 28. He's wide left. Inside of him, Zach Ertz, Deebo Samuel, slot right. Receiver outside of him on 2nd and 18 from the Vikings 39. Jaden Daniels, the lanky quarterback, takes the snap. He eludes a sack, and he sprints up the middle to the 40, 35, and then he dives ahead to the 34. A run of 5 yards by Jaden Daniels, and he was touched down by his former teammate, Jonathan Allen, who spent 8 years and 109 games with these Commanders.
What a great job getting pressure, Paul. Just attacking the coverages, getting the soft edges, making Jaden Daniels. He doesn't even time at the top of his drop. He's had to pull that thing down and run now, like 2 times in the last 2 or 3 plays. So the Vikings pass rush is starting to get into a groove.
10th play of a possession that's gone 51 yards, taken 5 minutes. Washington 1 of 1 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 3 from the Vikings 34. Jaden Daniels, 3 receivers left. The Vikings blitz, so he'll throw out hot left to Samuel. He makes a man miss at the 30, grinds to the 25. Deebo Samuel next to the sideline, gets a first down to the 15-yard line. Deebo Samuel, strong, tough, tenacious, and fast.
Yeah, we've got to get better play out of our corners on the outside. It just, as far as defeating the blocks in front of them and then getting back in and stopping Deebo Samuel. I mean, he's a great power running back. So even so, when he catches that ball in space, you got to be able to tackle him in his legs.
1st and 10, straight eye behind Jaden Daniels. McLaurin wide left. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 29. The Commanders are the 2nd best touchdown scoring team inside the red zone. Handoff Chris Rodriguez. He heads to the right. Now back to the left to the 15. Bounces off a Viking at the 10. Chris Rodriguez first down. Stopped at the 5. Falls ahead to the 4. Rodriguez with a 15-yard run. And now it's 1st and goal for the Commanders, trailing the Vikings in the first quarter 7-0.
Yeah, great job by Rodriguez reading the stunt by Tyron Ingram Dawkins and then jumping outside, but then working his way back north and south, breaking arm tackles, Paul. He's a tough running back to bring down. Only has a handful of receptions this year, only one reception. So, when he's in there, he's getting the football.
He's averaging 10 yards a run on 3 runs. Washington scores touchdown 69% of the time inside the 20. Second best in the game, first and goal. Handoff goes to Rodriguez. He heads up the middle between the hash marks, and he's hit shy of the goal line by Eric Wilson. That'll be a gain of 2 yards. That'll make it second and goal from the 2 for the Washington Commanders.
Well, you mentioned the success that the Commanders have had in the red zone, and that's just because of the running game, right? Third in the league going into this game, 6 on a per-play basis. Rodriguez averaging 10 yards a carry on this opening drive. It's no mystery what makes you better as a red zone offense when your run threat is true. They have an extra offensive lineman checked in at tight end, so probably another run right here.
That's Brandon Coleman to the left of left tackle Laramie Tunsil, second and goal, offset eye right. Play action, Daniels floats out to the left. Now he's going to loop it and throw it into the tunnel out of the end zone, third down. Third and goal from about the 1-yard line for the Washington Commanders, who have taken half the first quarter with their first offensive possession. Their 14th play is coming up next. For the Vikings, it took them 7 plays, 61 yards to take a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, and when you're averaging 8 yards a carry with Rodriguez to go ahead and throw the football. I mean, they tried to trick us. A great job by Byron Murphy Jr. just sniffing that thing out, and the pass to Brandon Coleman went incomplete.
Third and goal for Washington from the 1. Jaden Daniels out of the shotgun. Rodriguez to his left. Daniels takes the snap on third down. He'll roll out to the right, eyes in the end zone. He's encountered, and he throws it away. Jonathan Allen, the former Commander, all over Jaden Daniels. And now it is 4th and goal from the 1. The 3-9 Commanders will keep the offense on the field. 13 of 21 this year on 4th down. The Vikings have had significant problems all season and of late stopping teams on 4th down. The adversary either gets a first down or a touchdown 9 of 12 times. And now trailing 7-0 with 2:46 to go in the first quarter. The Commanders have it 4th and goal from the 1. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Daniels empty backfield. 3 receivers right now. Takes the snap on 4th down. Bounces around. Fires to the end zone. Incomplete. Debo Samuel, back center of the end zone. Couldn't hold on to it. Joshua Metellus with excellent coverage. And the Vikings have turned over the Commanders on downs. And on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, 7-0 Minnesota, 2:42 to go in the first quarter on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every $1 you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
Every team needs a top pick, and every home does too. That's why pros and homeowners choose Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Built to last through every season, Anderson makes it easy with windows and doors that perform as great as they look. So whether it's scoring style points or tackling tough weather, you can trust your home to Anderson, the official window and door partner of the Minnesota Vikings. 2024 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors, builders, architects, and homeowners. For warranty info, visit AndersonWindows.com.
Hi, I'm Amy Hockert with Fox 9. Have you downloaded Fox Local yet? Fox Local is how you stream Fox 9 on your TV or your phone for free. You can watch all of our newscasts.
Wake up with Fox 9.
Original programming.
Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace.
And all your Gopher and Viking shows.
And welcome back to Vikings Game Day Live.
So download Fox Local on your TV or your phone and stay connected to Fox 9 with Fox Local for free.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
This is Vikings football on FM 100.3 KFAN. And get this, now streamed live to Minnesota residents on iHeartRadio.
Hey, buy any Pothole Pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with quick rewards for your chance to score big. One weekly winner gets a $500 gift card. If the Vikings score a touchdown of more than 50 yards today, you have a chance to win $5,000. QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details. Great start to this Sunday for the 4-8 Vikings. They get the ball first, march down the field, get a touchdown. Then they stop Washington with a goal line stand, and now it's 1st and 10 from the 1. Handoff Jordan Mason. Heads to the left, back to the right, hit at the 5, plunges ahead to about the 6-yard line for a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, nice efficient run on 1st down. Just want to get yourself out of the end zone. That way, if you do run a drop back pass or whatever, you're not risking the safety. So the run has been much more prevalent early in this football game, and I like it. They need to stick with it. The Commanders have had a hard time when they're on the field a majority of the game defensively in stopping the run.
2nd and 6 for J.J. McCarthy, and he hands it to Jordan Mason, who tried the left side, but this physical Washington defense smacks him at the line of scrimmage. That's Bobby Wagner football immortality. It'll be no gain. 3rd and 6 for the Minnesota Vikings. And they're scrimmaging from their own 6-yard line after that goal line stand. Football fans, meet Pays, a convenient new online checkout offered by bank and credit unions. Learn more at Pays.com. And the Vikes break the huddle with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second possession for the Vikings. Washington only has had it once, but got all the way down to the goal line with no points and took up more than half the quarter as McCarthy eludes a sack in the end zone, and now he runs up the middle and he dives at the 10-yard line, and McCarthy may have gone diving for the 1st down. He got a 6-yard gain. Chains move. J.J. McCarthy with tenacity.
Great job by McCarthy, Paul. Just getting to the top of his drop. What he expected to be there wasn't. Avoids a little bit of pressure, makes him step up, and then just pulls that thing down and slides at the end of his run. So he's trying to take care of himself on top of that. So that's a couple good decisions in a row by J.J. McCarthy to get the 1st down.
Jefferson wide left, no catches. Jordan Addison wide right, no catches. 1st down from the Vikings 13. McCarthy under center. Frankie Louvu threatens blitz from the A-gap. And McCarthy's going to give it to Jordan Mason. Runs to the left side. Deron Payne and Bobby Wagner. A couple of good ones get him after a gain of 2 yards. And that should get us to the end of the first quarter, where we remind you McDonald's is teaming with the Vikings to bring you the tastiest season ever. Get a free Big Mac each time the Vikings score 2 touchdowns. $2 minimum purchase required. Taste the victory. We already have one of those touchdowns. Kevin O'Connell does not want to wait for the second quarter for another play potentially. They go no huddle. McCarthy barking out the cadence. And that's the end of the first quarter. A quarter, J.J. McCarthy threw a touchdown pass to Josh Oliver, and the Minnesota Vikings lead 7-0 at U.S. Bank Stadium. With Ben Lieber and Pete Bursich, I'm Paul Allen. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters. Time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
This is Vikings Commanders on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. Adam Thielen is now in Pittsburgh, but it is Rodgers with a 1-yard run in. The Steelers have the lead over the Ravens 7-3, and Jonathan Taylor, 1-yard touchdown run. Colts, Jags, all tied up at 7. Now back to PA.
All righty, Mussy. Mike Mussman is Scoreboard Central. Next to Chad Abbott, executive producer, Vikings Radio Network, handling home games. Jared Wells, engineer extraordinaire, next to him. Up front, we have Pete Bursich, yours truly, statistician David Coop, Paul Meatsauce Lambert, Ben Lieber's on the sideline. J.J. McCarthy's at the helm, and he goes back to pass on 2nd and 8, and he throws over the middle for a first down to Jalen Naylor. 9-yard gain, McCarthy to Naylor, and young J.J. in his 7th start has come out of the gate 5 of 5, including a touchdown pass to Josh Oliver, 7-zip Minnesota.
Yeah, he's making decisions much more quickly, right? He's getting rid of the football more quickly, even when he decides to pull that thing down and scramble. He's doing things just a little bit more quickly instead of hanging out in the pocket, and that's made all the difference thus far.
Straight eye behind McCarthy. Walter Payton, Man of the Year candidate. C.J. Ham in front of Jordan Mason. Play action off that. McCarthy hit as he throws to the right side to Addison. Incomplete. No flags as McCarthy went down right after he unfurled the pass. Big time rush by the Commanders there, orchestrated by one of their defensive, that was Jerzon Newton, so it's 2nd down.
Yeah, Jerzon Newton, I think it got underneath Donovan Jackson on an inside pass rush. It might have been Preston Smith.
Smith, thank you.
So they're, the gambling, making some moves up front, trying to change things up to get our offensive line off balance, and that one worked because we had Jordan Addison open.
Yeah, Washington has big names all over that defense. Preston Smith, Von Miller, Bobby Wagner, but we have Jordan Mason, who gets the carry up the middle, across the 25, angles to the left of the 30, between the hash marks, and he's chopped down at the 35. It's a first down run by Jordan Mason of 11 yards.
Well, timing is everything, Paul, and in this case, the Commanders decide to blitz off the edge, and we have the exact right run call for it. Great job just walling out our offensive line of those guys that are blitzing, let them go upfield, and Jordan Mason takes that thing north and south. So the exact right play at the exact right time.
8 runs, 6 passes so far for the Vikings. 1st and 10 from their own 35, leading 7-0 in the 2nd quarter. Hand off Jordan Mason. He heads up the middle into the awaiting arms of 54 HOF to be Bobby Wagner. Still a gain of 4, and 2nd and 6. Mason and Wagner met a ton when they played against each other in the NFC West.
And Paul, we're still solid on the run, right? 3-4 yards a carry on average, and I just have seen enough of this Commanders defense over the last couple of weeks to know if you stick with it and start to wear some of these guys down up front, those 3-4 yard runs will become 10 and 12 yard runs later.
TJ Hawkinson in motion to the left, 2 touchdowns the last 25 regular season games. 2nd and 6. McCarthy back to pass, gets jittery. Now he runs out to the left in front of his bench, and he's going to be thrust out of bounds at the 37, loss of 2. That'll be a loss of 2, so veteran safety Will Harris, playing his 99th game, will get a tackle for loss. And now the Vikings will scrimmage from their own 37-yard line. It's 3rd and 8. Minnesota 1 of 1 on 3rd down.
Yeah, the connection with between McCarthy and Justin Jefferson, Paul, it's a 47-4 rating. JJ's thrown 6 interceptions trying to force it in to Justin Jefferson, and on that last one, that was a route for Jefferson, and it just wasn't there.
McCarthy facing a 4-man rush, throws left, caught, first down, effortless. Jalen Naylor, he's quite identifiable in the early stages. Gain of 12 and a first down for Naylor. 3 catches, 29 yards already, and it's a first down for the Vikings at their own 49 with 11:58 and counting to go in the first half. 7-0 Minnesota.
Paul, that's something as a head scratcher when you watch this Commanders defense. Both their corners, in that case it was Mikey Sainristil and Jonathan Jones, they play off. And I mean, they're 10, 12 yards off and just given the throw to the sideline.
1st and 10 from the 49. McCarthy under center, goes to Jones, who's back in the game. He heads to the right, slows down, weaves his way to the left, and is taken down after a run of 2. He gets into Washington territory to the 49. So it'll be second and right around 8 for Minnesota, leading 7-0 second quarter. It was a J.J. McCarthy to Josh Oliver touchdown.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, you're watching these corners and how far they play off. That Kevin O'Connell wants to throw the football. I think he's just kind of biting his lip. He's staying with the plan, running the football, be balanced. Let J.J. McCarthy make quick decisions.
Vikings 1-4 at home. Washington 1-6 on the road. McCarthy 2nd and 9, shotgun. He ducks to get away from a sack. Now he angles up the middle and is taken down at about the line of scrimmage. Javon Kinlaw, 6-year from South Carolina. J.J. somehow stayed on his feet when it looked like he was down at the 48. He'll end up being down at the 45. So what looked to be a 1 or 2 yard run, Pete, ended up being about 5. So that'll make it 3rd and manageable with a 7-0 lead, 3rd and 4.
And it's too bad the protection broke down because Jordan Addison was streaking across the middle of the field wide open. It would have been a huge play, and McCarthy just could not.
The ball is spotted at the 49-yard line.
Oh.
The correct spot is the 49.
So he was down.
The clock will start on my signal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you had an opportunity in the middle of the field to Jordan Addison, so we just got to get the protection to hold up. And again, that's why you put money in the bank. That's why you run the ball. Take the edge off some of these pass rushers, and maybe later on in the game, McCarthy will have more time.
The Vikings have run it 10 times and thrown it 7, and we're in the second quarter. J.J. McCarthy, 3rd and 8 from the Commanders' 49. Puts Jefferson in motion to the right, back to the left, 4-man rush. J.J. quick firing left, caught, first down at the 27-yard line. Jordan Addison on the quick fire. They got him matched up with safety Quan Martin. That'll be a connection of 22 and another Minnesota Vikings first down.
And that's done on purpose. That's the same kind of high-low route that the Commanders ran against us, and Mikey Sainristil was all over that Justin Jefferson on the short route. So Sainristil's going, all right, they're going to throw the ball at JJ, and just was too short. And the 7 route behind him to Jordan Addison came open. So a great high-low and a great read by McCarthy.
And JJ goes out of the shotgun. 9:15 and counting to go in the first half. 7-0 Minnesota, 1st and 10 from the Washington 28. McCarthy throws a screen to Jefferson left. Caught it behind the line of scrimmage. Then a host of Commanders all over him. Why wouldn't they be? He's Justin Jefferson. And the tackling brigade was led by DeMarcus Walker, 8th year from Florida State. That'll be a loss of 2 yards, making it 2nd and 12. But if you consider this, Pete, how well things have started despite just a 1-score lead, Minnesota has 9 first downs already. During this 4-game losing streak, they averaged 16 first downs per game, 3rd worst in the NFL, and that factors into the bad time of possession. Aaron Jones, the single set on 2nd and 12. McCarthy will flip it to him. Jones goes right. Now he stops, heads back to the left. A Commander tries to bring him down. Wagner can't. After all that, Jones dives ahead for no gain, 3rd and 12.
Well, I think one of the things that hasn't happened in this set of downs is just some good positive plays on 1st and 2nd. You had a quick pass, and then now you have a short run by Aaron Jones. In this situation with the ball on the 30, I know Reichert, our kicker, is as good as anyone in the league, but you don't want to go backwards right here, right? You don't want to get too aggressive, but at the same time, if it's not there, get rid of it. Don't lose yardage on this play.
16th play of a possession that's gone 68 yards. Minnesota 3 of 3 on 3rd down. 3rd and 12 from the Commanders' 30. McCarthy throws over the middle, caught. Jefferson to the 25, turns it up to the 20, and now with his back to the goal line, falls backwards for 14. and a Minnesota Vikings first down. Justin Jefferson, well done.
Paul, that was almost like a screen. You had Hawkinson and Jordan Addison in the middle of the field, and also C.J. Ham, and they were turned around getting ready to block as soon as that ball was thrown on the underneath route to Justin Jefferson. It's as if you play that little bit of prevent defense, you give up anything short and underneath, but we had blockers down the field. So that was really just a long screen.
Middle of the second quarter, 7-0 Minnesota, and they want more. 1st and 10 from the Commander 17. Handoff Jordan Mason. Heads to the left side. Got a nice block from Donovan Jackson at the 15. And Mason, running violently, is stopped after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I like it. Just keep the big bodies on the field. Just take it north and south. Make the Commanders do something schematically to try to stop the run. That's when you can throw it, especially get down here on the red zone, Paul. Every yard down here makes a difference.
It is 2nd and 5 from the Commanders 12. Justin Jefferson wearing shiny gold cleats out to the right. Jordan Addison to the left. Josh Oliver in motion to the right. Handoff Jordan Mason to the right. Jump cut back to the left across the 10. Reaches out close to the first down. Looks like he's short. It's a run of 4 yards, making it 3rd and 1 from the Commanders' 8-yard line. And we have 6:10 and counting to go in the first half. This possession for the Vikings already 18 plays, 90 yards. It's taken 11 minutes, 13 seconds. Get a touchdown here. We'll call this a masterpiece.
Yeah, and you know who's enjoying this is the defense, Paul. They're getting a chance to sit back, collect their thoughts, watch the game a little bit. I mean, it makes a huge difference.
3rd and 1 for Minnesota from the 8. The Vikings are 4 of 4 on 3rd down. McCarthy under center. Hands it to Mason. Sprints to the left, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown! Jordan Mason with his 6th rushing touchdown this year. And Minnesota has taken a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, what a great read by Jordan Mason. The ball was on the front side of the play. There were so many Commanders just stacked up. They were blitzing on that side, and it was T.J. Hawkinson on the backside. It did a great job of walling down the tight end, and it was wide open. So nice read by Jordan Mason. Great blocking up front.
Reichard, extra point, snap spot. It's up, and it is good. Will Reichard is now 59 of 59 in his career on extra points. Well done. On the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, it's Minnesota by air to Oliver and land by Mason with a 14-0 lead on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Paul Laris.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at MysticLake.com. You don't want to miss out.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
When football season kicks off, everything else takes a backseat to sports convenience. That's sports convenience. Running errands? Not sports convenient. Cooking dinner? Not sports convenient. But shopping online is now extra sports convenient thanks to Pays, a fast online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Pays, there's no typing in card numbers at checkout, and cards stay in one place, so you don't have to leave the couch. In the name of sports convenience, try Pays today. Learn more at PAZE.com.
Every Tuesday at 11, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell joins Paul Allen live from the TCO studio right here on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
Well, would you look at that? Minnesota Vikings 14, Washington Commanders 0, guys, after a 19-play, 98-yard touchdown drive capped off by Jordan Mason, 8-yard run. I'm looking at the first down play selection of Kevin O'Connell for this particular game, everybody, and we've had 11 first down plays, 7 runs, 4 passes, a 4.8-yard average. That's simplicity, and that's winning football.
Here's the kick to Deebo Samuel. The veteran runs near side 15-20, and he's hit hard by Ivan Pace Jr. And Washington trailing 14-0 with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jaden Daniels and crew will come out looking to cut into that margin after the Vikings went 19 plays, 98 yards, took 12 minutes and a second. You heard us correctly. 19 plays, 98 yards, 12 minutes and a second on a touchdown drive. And during said drive, Jordan Addison had a catch, which means he passed Anthony Carter for the 4th most in team history for the first 3 years wearing the colors. Jaden Daniels, 1st and 10 from his own 24. They may be pass predictable already, and they like to run the ball a lot. Daniels, he goes out of the shotgun, couple of receivers left and right. He takes the snap on first down, play action to Rodriguez, straight drop, throws to the right, and the ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It is a pass defensed at the line of scrimmage, a block shot, as they say in the business, and I believe that was former Commander Jonathan Allen, second down.
Yeah, what a beautiful job by Blake Cashman on that play, because it was a play action, and they were trying to get Deebo Samuel on a skinny post kind of behind him, and Cashman did not bite on the play fake at all, got right into that throwing lane, and eventually the ball got deflected, so great play by Cashman.
Van Ginkel on the deflection. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. 14-0 Minnesota. Welcome 2nd and 10 Washington from its own 24. Daniels out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be a gun run, and it's going to head right up the middle. Crossing the 25-yard line is Chris Rodriguez for a gain of 4. So that's going to make it 3rd and 5 for Washington. There have been negatives during that 4-game losing streak. Third down defense has not been won. Into the game, the last 4 opponents have gone 10 of 44 against Flores defense. Currently 2 of 3 today. 5:05 to go in the first half. 3rd and 5 Washington from its own 29-yard line. Noah Brown played 2 games this year, just activated, goes in motion. Daniels runs out to the right. Van Ginkel tries to trip him. Harrison Smith hits him shy of the first down. Harrison Smith, the veteran hitman, with a piece of tenacity that kept Washington from getting a first down, and now Tress Way is in to punt.
What a great stunt by Van Ginkel, Paul. He's coming under it's actually a 3-man defensive line stunt, and made Daniels pull that ball down and sprint to the sideline way quicker than he wanted to. Great job by Harrison Smith to just rally up on it.
Snap to Tress Way. Left-footed punt by the 12th-year product from Oklahoma. Fair catch by Miles Price. Brings it in at his knees at the 21-yard line. 4:18 to go in the first half. 14-0 Minnesota. Vikings ball when we return to the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights, drive-through experience, gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree, skate the plaza, cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity, and save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
This is the radio home of the Minnesota Vikings. Boom! FM 100.3 KFAN, Minnesota's home for football.
Unreal is back with its limited edition Vikings drop. Head to unrl.com for details. Also, did you know you can win 6 free wings when you watch the Vikings play? Score 6 free boneless or traditional wings when the Vikings get a couple of sacks, only at Buffalo Wild Wings, Minnesota locations. Ben Lieber, birthday Ben. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Ben. With Pete Bursich, I'm Paul Allen. Vikings giving birthday Ben a good show today, leading 14-0 in the second quarter. Hand off to Aaron Jones, right side across the 25. Encountered there, taken down after a gain of 5 yards. So the Vikings so far have 15 runs against 10 passes, and they lead at 14-0.
Yeah, and more importantly, Paul, you're looking at well over almost 70 yards of rushing in this first half. So, and not only are they choosing to run, but they're doing so effectively. And again, I think if we can stay with it, the better it's going to get as this game goes on.
McCarthy, 9 of 10, 99 yards, and a touchdown to Josh Oliver. 2nd and 5 handoff, Aaron Jones. And he'll elude a tackle at the line of scrimmage and plow his way to the 30 with tough love yardage. It'll be a gain of 4, making it 3rd and 1 from the 30-yard line with 3.5 minutes and counting to go in the first half, and Minnesota leading 14-0.
And if you want to get better on third down, which we need to, we're hovering around 30% offensively. You get yourself to 3rd and short. Get yourself to 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. You have a lot more options, a lot more things the defense has to account for. It's going to make you better. So that efficient running on 1st and 2nd down should pay off.
The Vikings are 5 of 5 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1 from their own 30. McCarthy shotgun, Showtime by his side. Aaron gets the call, and he walks up the middle for an effortless first down across the 30, just outside the hash marks to the 33. It's a gain of 3 and a first down. Vikings chewing the clock with this game of keep away, and are 6 for 6 on 3rd down when getting first downs.
Yeah, and you could stay with it. You have 2.5 minutes left. You have all 3 timeouts. The clock's going to stop. You can stop the clock 4 times. So don't be in a hurry right here to start throwing the football.
1st and 10 from the 33 of Minnesota. McCarthy out of the shotgun, wearing long white sleeves out of his purple uniform. Scrimmages from the right hash. Handoff Aaron Jones. Jump cut right across the 35, back to the left, gets to the 38, and that'll be another run of 5 yards. Lots of runs of 4, 5, and 6 yards by the Vikings. With a 14-0 lead, they hit the 2-minute warning, and they have the ball. Washington gets it to begin the second half. Welcome to a fantastic Sunday to this point in Minneapolis at U.S. Bank Stadium. The Vikings lead 14-0. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
This season, come home for the holidays to Mall of America, where twinkling lights spark joy, music fills the air, and every corner invites connection and celebration. It's where families gather, friends laugh a little louder, and memories shine long after the season ends. From festive photo ops to one-of-a-kind gifts, every visit feels like a celebration. Warm cocoa in hand, wonder in your heart. This is holiday magic made real, where joy gathers, magic lingers, and togetherness is the true gift. Mall of America, holidays together.
Officer, could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid
for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 5th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
This is how your feet feel in a pair of bad-fitting shoes. And this is how your feet feel in a pair of great-fitting shoes from Trade Home Shoes. Trade Home Shoes, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings, has been delivering premium footwear for over 100 years. We are Minnesota-based, employee-owned, and here to help your whole family find shoes that fit. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first. Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, it's Corey Cove, Power Trip Morning Show. Vikings and Commanders now. Power Trip Morning Show tomorrow live, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Vikings football.
Vikings Commanders live on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Welcome back. 14-0 Minnesota. 2 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 for J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings, but a false start on the home team.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
I believe that's the first penalty the Vikings have had this entire game. So, you know, you don't turn the ball over. You don't commit penalties. This is what happened. 98-yard drives happen.
Right.
A lot of good happens when the machine's running well.
We also have a covenant cleanup. Earlier I said Jordan Addison had a reception passing Anthony Carter for 4th on Vikings historical perspective. He actually needs a receiving touchdown as Addison goes in motion to the left, to the right, low snap to McCarthy, throws to the left, ball's hit and knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and it happened on 3rd and 10 from make that 2nd and 10 from the 33. So we have a minute 57 to go in the first half. Each team with all 3 timeouts. The Vikings will scrimmage from their own 33 between the hash marks. They're heading to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. They are a gaudy 6 of 6 on 3rd down. McCarthy's 9 of 11, 99 yards and a touchdown. Mason has 39 rushing yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones has run for 34 yards. C.J. Ham to the left of J.J. McCarthy as Washington rushes 4. Daron Payne got through and McCarthy is sacked. Sacked for a 3rd time today. Daron Payne set it up for Von Miller. 15th year Texas A&M, 6th sack this year for Von Miller in his 199th game. And for the first time today, the Vikings are punching.
Yeah, Brian O'Neill just backed up too much. Daron Payne was running an inside stun, and he got his feet all tangled up. So they chipped on their way out. They tried to take it. They tried to account for Von Miller on the outside, but O'Neill just fell down and turned him loose. So mistake by our pass protection. Makes us punting here on 4th down.
Virginia Tech rookie Jalen Lane returns punts for Washington, and he has a punt return touchdown this year of 90 yards against Vegas. Ryan Wright takes the snap. Big rush by Washington. Picked up nicely. Lane calls for a fair catch at his own 32. 1:45 to go in the first half. Minnesota 14, Washington 0. We pause. It's Vikings football.
When a loved one's memory starts to fade, it's more than forgetting names or dates. It's watching pieces of their life quietly slip away. At the Wellshire Memory Care, it isn't just treatment, it's understanding. The team at Wellshire provides specialized support, dignity, and a safe environment where every moment matters. If your family is facing the challenges of Alzheimer's or dementia, the Wellshire is here to walk that journey with you, with compassion and with care. Visit the Wellshire today at WellshireMN.com, WellshireMN.com.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strib Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strib Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stribvarsity.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and take Metro Transit to the game. North Star will service all games with Metro blue and green lines and multiple bus routes to carry you the final yard, straight to the gates of U.S. Bank Stadium. No need to worry about parking or downtown traffic. Make your round trip easy with the all-day pass. No standing in line for a ticket after the game. Find your game plan at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
Oh, sure, others will discuss the results of the game, but Common and Tenenby will discuss, is it Washington or Washington? We'll do that noon to 3 tomorrow, right here on The Fan.
Welcome back this holiday season. Please give the gift of adventure. Polaris Youth ATVs and side-by-sides are built for fun, safety, and unforgettable memories. Visit your local Polaris dealer. Also, stream your Vikings coverage shows and insight right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device and stay connected to your Minnesota Vikings and local news with Fox Local. And finally, play like a Viking at Mystic Lake, your game day headquarters. Win prizes all season, enjoy live music, and learn more at mysticlake.com. And Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, and Jaden Daniels trailing 14-0. Washington gets the ball to begin the second half and has 2 timeouts, led by head coach Dan Quinn. Jaden Daniels out of the shotgun, 3 receivers right, 1 left. He takes the snap, big blitz, quick pass left, caught Terry McLaurin, and the man they call Scary Terry catches it at the 37, gets out of bounds at the 38. Make it the 39, gain of 6. Clock stopped, 2nd and 4.
And even with the clock stopping, Jane Daniels going no huddle. So that was a plan that they had going into this game to just, whether it's crowd noise or not wanting the Vikings, giving them time to set up their blitzes, but they've been hurry up all day.
It was McLaurin on Fabian Moreau, a former member of the Commander, spent his first 4 years with Washington and had 6 of his 7 interceptions wearing the burgundy. Daniels back to pass. Hot blitz coming at him in the shape of Harrison Smith, so he sidearms it and short hops McLaurin. Now it's 3rd and 4 from the Commanders' 39. 14-0 Minnesota, and stopping the clock there, unless you're going to get a first down, that's not great for Washington if Minnesota gets the ball back.
No, it's not. And we blitz. Going into this game, our defense blitzes almost 50% of the time. Well, I bet it's over that, because Flores just dialing up blitz after blitz. That last play, 0 blitz, made Jay Daniels just throw that football away.
Washington 2 of 4 on 3rd down as Daniels goes back to pass, sidearms it to his left, and it's caught by McLaurin at the Washington 46. First down, gain of 7. Clock runs 131, 130, 129. Washington with 2 timeouts, Minnesota with 3, and the Vikings lead 14-0. Daniels facing a blitz by Harrison Smith, throws hot to the left, incomplete to Terry McLaurin. Second time the veteran hitman has come off the edge and forced the kid Daniels to throw it early. 2nd and 10, Ben Lieber.
Yeah, guys, that's the 3rd blitz that we've ran. Exact same blitz with Harrison Smith off of the offensive left side, completely unblocked. And here's the crazy part. We're not disguising to get into that look. We're lining up right at the line of scrimmage. We're mugging the line of scrimmage. They are just not picking up. They're not getting the count right. And that's 3 times now where Harrison Smith is scot-free.
2nd and 10, Washington from its own 46. 1:19 to go in the first half. Jaden Daniels, 2nd-year LSU out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Harrison Smith cheated to the line. Now he backs off. Daniels looking right, throwing to Debo. Byron Murphy Jr. wrapped up the the strong Deebo Samuel behind the line of scrimmage. TFL for Byron Murphy Jr. And with the clock running, 3rd and 12, Washington from its own 44. We're at a minute to go. Nobody seems intent on stopping the clock. 3rd and 12 for Washington. Going no huddle this entire possession. 14-0 Minnesota. And Washington is 3 of 5 on 3rd down. Jaden Daniels puts Noah Brown, the speedy Noah Brown, in motion to the left. 38 seconds to go in the first half. And Daniels takes the snap on 3rd and long. Blitz comes by Van Ginkel. It's picked up. Jaden bouncing around. He can't find anything. So he hoists the white flag and throws it out of bounds. And it'll be 4th down for Washington with 27 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tressway.
Yeah, great job by Eric Wilson to push Jeremy McNichols out of bounds as he was trying to get down the sideline. So he's ineligible as a receiver. Nothing you can do there, but we've been getting pressure on Jaden Daniels ball constantly. He doesn't even have time to throw hot. So whatever Flores has put together, we saw it in Seattle. We're seeing it again this week with just the constant pressure.
Snapped away, big rush. Veteran punter gets it off inside the 10. Oh, Miles Price, for whatever the reason, fielded it at the 6. All right, do some damage. Head to the left of the 10, tripped up at the 13, and stopped at the 14-yard line. 51-yard punch. 8-yard return by Miles Price. Play took 10 seconds, and we pause. 17 seconds to go in the first half. Vikings ball with a 14-0 lead. And NFL Scoreboard is next on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Paul Laris.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/own-it. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
We are rubes like you, and we talk Vikings football every day, too. Join us weekdays 9 to noon. Now back to Vikings football.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the Minnesota Vikings scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Burrow has thrown a couple of touchdowns. Higgins has one of those. The Bengals are up over the Bills, 21-11. Another big score here and a big storyline. Daniel Jones goes out of the game. He's injured, and you got Lawrence throwing a touchdown. Jags are up over the Colts, 21-7. And if you're looking at a really bad game right now, Seahawks, Falcons, it's 3-3. Neither quarterback has thrown 50 yards yet in this game, including Kirk Cousins, now back to PA.
When Washington had the ball before the punt, think about what you heard me say off the way the last month has gone. Washington better be careful and not give the ball back to the Vikings with too much time to go in the first half.
Yeah.
That's an offense that didn't score a touchdown for 8 consecutive quarters, but has scored 2 in the first half, and it was quite the dominating first half by the offense and the defense. 14-0 Minnesota, and we pause for halftime. Commanders get the ball to begin the third quarter. Back shortly on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Ready, set! TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available. Ready, set! TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities. Ready, set! TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
I'm Justin Jefferson, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN, back to Vikings football.
The Minnesota Vikings halftime report is presented by U.S. Bank, Polaris, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from U.S. Bank Stadium, here's Mike Musman.
14-0 here at the half at U.S. Bank Stadium, and here are your halftime stats presented by Lumen, official technology partner of the Minnesota Vikings. And J.J. McCarthy is 9 of 11, 99 yards, a touchdown, 0 interceptions, and a passer rating of 134.5 in the first half. Mason on the ground, 8 carries for 39 yards. Jones, 9 carries for 34 yards. We're going to get into that coming up with Tatum Everett in the second segment here at halftime. Especially the run versus pass has been pretty crazy here for your Minnesota Vikings in the first half. Naylor, 3 receptions for 30 yards. On the other side, you got Daniels going 8 of 16, 67 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a passer rating of 61.2. And Rodriguez on the ground, 5 carries, 36 yards. McLaurin, he has 6 targets, 3 receptions, 41 yards. Time of possession definitely in the favor of your Minnesota Vikings, 18-48 to Washington's 11-12. And you can stream your Vikings coverage shows and insight right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and then stay connected to your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. 14-0, the Vikings, one heck of a series that they had there. 19 plays, 98 yards, took 12:01 off the clock. Mason gets a touchdown, and that's how we got to 14-0. And located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern-day 1940 supper club. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. As I mentioned, Tatum Everett from the VEN is going to be joining me coming up here next, second segment of your halftime show. This is Vikings football.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger side-by-sides, Indy snowmobiles, and Bennington pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings fans, meet the MVP of flavor, the Humble Goat. Our cranberry cinnamon goat cheese earned second place in the World Champion Cheese Contest, and our plain goat cheese just scored second at the American Cheese Society Awards. Smooth, creamy, healthy, and perfect for game day and every day. Find the Humble Goat cheese at your local store, and don't forget, Humble Goat protein powder is fueling fans everywhere. Available now on Amazon. World class and Minnesota proud.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
This is Vikings Commanders on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back, Vikings Football Sunday. Vikes up 14-0 over the Commanders here at halftime, and you can showcase your football fandom by submitting your photo as the Jameson Football Fanatic of the Week. Enter in at Vikings.com for your chance to win weekly prizes and a grand prize as well. Must be 21 to play. Tatum Everett from the Vikings Entertainment Network joining me now. We're watching Frisbee football out here, and it's exhausting just to watch. They cover a lot of field there.
Yes, they do. I am exhausted just taking a peek. It's quite intense. I'm having a good time.
I'm feeling the
Don't
quads
think I'll
burn.
partake.
Yeah, and I'm not even doing anything. All right, Tatum, this is an interesting aspect for your Minnesota Vikings, especially the way things have been going this year. We're up 14-0, but run attempts, 19 for 79 yards. Pass attempts, 11 for 99 yards.
Yeah, you know, Mus, I got a nice little stat for you because that is actually the most rushing attempts in the first half, including scrambles and kneel downs, in a half this season. Wow. And so I think that they're really committing to the run. You know, they're putting their money where their mouth is. If you say we're going to commit to the run, we're doing it. And so you see that that's really helped establish a rhythm, run the clock. I mean, come on, a 98-yard drive for
19 plays.
Yeah, 19 play drive, the longest in terms of offensive plays for the Vikings since 2000.
Yeah.
They have 176 total yards of offense. That marks the second most for the Vikings in a first half this season.
Yeah, and that series you were talking about there where Mason runs in for 8 yards and gets the touchdown, got us to this 14-0 mark.
It did.
That took 12:01 off the clock.
I mean, but when you control the clock, you give your defense the rest. We haven't been seeing that lately. We're usually on the other side of that.
Right. Not 1 3 and out in that first half.
Not 1 3 and out. You're 6 of 7 on third down.
Yeah.
Unheard of. 1 penalty, and then the first half. I mean, if we could just continue doing this is the type of game where, sure, maybe the competition is struggling. Yeah. But you can take this and you can go down to Dallas and beat a Cowboys team who is really fighting for their lives at this point too, because you're just ready to go at this point. You're just getting that confidence.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I really think that this is going to be good. The defense, I was with my coworkers in the press box. I was like, man, our defense is going to be surprised at how spry they are heading into the second half. They're going to feel so good. Like, did we even play a game?
That's a good point because, like as we mentioned, so many 3 and outs that we normally have. We just had the one punt in that first half as well, which is awesome for our Minnesota Vikings. But let's talk about J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
He's been decisive. He's been accurate. He has been really on fire. 9 of 11, 99 yards, a touchdown, 134.5 on that passer rating.
Yes, and you have watched him make some decisions that Coach had alluded to in some press conferences where they want him to slide. They want him to just take the knee, like go down, because a lot of what he's been injured with, like the injuries he's sustained, are through his scrambles, through the indecision making. So he's been great about committing to sliding in those tough situations. He looks like the game has slowed down for him a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting shades of the Lions game, which is great. I mean, it's all about reps and getting those and getting that time under center in a real NFL game with Daron Payne coming at you, and Von Miller. It's tough, but it's gonna be like that each and every week. And I think that the young QB is really showing up for his team today.
Great stuff as always.
Thank you so much, Mus. Exciting.
Thank you, Tatum. Tatum Everett. Yeah, we're having a good time here at a Vikings game. 14-0. We've got the lead. And Vikings fans, you can buy any Pothole Pizza or a 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with quick rewards for your chance to score big. One weekly winner is going to win $500. And if the Vikings score a touchdown over 50 yards that week, well, someone's going to win $5,000. 14-0. The Vikes have the lead here at the half. This is Vikings football.
Imagine being the wizard of your home. With Xfinity Wi-Fi, you can boostify speeds for the moments that count and magically pause Wi-Fi to any device. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill the same for 5 years with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Equipment included, no contracts or commitments. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for Good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only.
Hey, friends with food allergies, life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions, and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
Ready! I'm Brian O'Neill, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
14-0 Minnesota into the second half. The Commanders get the ball first. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Some quick trivia for you. Which Viking totaled a game-high 3 passes defense during the 2010 matchup between these teams? That matchup, by the way, was Leslie Frazier's first victory as an interim head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Your options: Kevin Williams, E.J. Henderson, Antoine Winfield, or Chad Greenway. The answer is Kevin Williams, the big ticket. That's trivia provided by Quick Trip. Right now, you can pick up a commemorative Pepsi Vikings Cup at U.S. Bank Stadium or participating Hy-Vee and Buffalo Wild Wings locations. You also get a chance to win Victor's Ride or other great prizes. Ben Lieber's on the sideline. Pete Bursich, yours truly, Paul Allen. High atop U.S. Bank Stadium behind the Vikings bench at about the 30-yard line. Boom! There's Reichert's kick. Here comes Debo on the run from the 4. Gets to the 5-10, angles to the middle, and he's smacked at the 22-yard line. Boy, he did a good job to hold on to the ball there. Jay Ward hit Debo Samuel quite hard after a 19-yard kick return. Jaden Daniels making his first start since week 9. 8 of 16, 67 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, yet to be sacked. Terry McLaurin, 3 catches, 41 yards. Chris Rodriguez, 5 runs, 36 yards. For the Minnesota Vikings defense, Blake Cashman, the leading tackler, has 5 tackles, leading said home squad, which leads 14-0, and Daniels goes under center. That's been rare. Handoff, Chris Rodriguez, right side. He spins at the 25-yard line. Blake Cashman with his 6th tackle after a run of 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, you have to think the Commanders are going to try to get back to the running game on the drive where they got down to our 2-yard line and the Vikings held them out on 4th down. They ran the football. Very effective early on running the football, so I would assume with their inability to protect Daniels when they spread this offense out, they're going to stick with the running game.
They have 9 runs for 51 yards. It makes sense. Treylon Burks, the highly touted former Tennessee Titan, in motion to the left. Daniels back to pass on second down. He'll wiggle his way away from a sack and do so with the second one, running backwards. Now he sprints near side, 20, 25. Jay Ward getting extensive run. Thrust him or forced him out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So no gain for Daniels. 14 minutes to go in the third quarter. And it'll be third down and 5 for Washington, which has done pretty well on third down against a Flores defense that has been lights out on third down, even during the losing streak. The Commanders are 3 of 6 on third down. Deebo Samuel right, Terry McLaurin left. Zach Ertz slot left without a catch. 3rd and 7 from his own 26 goes Jaden Daniels, trailing 14-0 early in the third quarter. Here comes Cashman on a blitz. Daniels throws right, incomplete, flag. One of the officials wanted to throw the flag. He stumbled and dropped the flag. PI, Vikings, first down, Commanders.
Pass interference. Defense number 23. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
For Fabian Moreau, his body position was in a great spot. Now, that's more, I think, illegal contact than anything than pass interference.
Yep.
As he, because the corner is going to try to force the receiver to the sideline and pin him against the sideline, not give up a big alley. So, kind of a questionable call there. But regardless, penalty gets to move the chains for the Commanders.
A 14-yard penalty on the PI. 1st and 10, Washington, first possession of the second half from its own 40. Offset eye right, Daniels under center. And the handoff goes to the right side. And getting to the 45-yard line is Rodriguez. Be a gain of about 4 or 5. That they run Rodriguez and McNichols at you. They have this Arizona rookie, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who has 4 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
His reps have really been cut the last few.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem that they have. With being behind and those kinds of things, maybe throwing the football more than they want, but they have 3 really good running backs in this stable.
2nd and 6 from the Washington 44. 14-0 Minnesota. Jaden Daniels goes out of the shotgun. 3 receivers left. Debo's out of the game. They'll run out of the shotgun, and Chris Rodriguez, one of those 3 powerful physical runners for Washington, is able to forge ahead for a gain of 5. So that's going to be just shy of a first down. 3rd and 1 Washington from its own 49.
And that's Washington's response to the Vikings and what they're doing with the linebackers all walking up in the A gaps and everything is to run the ball outside, to block down and get pullers and try to kick out on the edges of the defense as the Vikings are trying to get some substitutions in. We got too many men out there right now, I think.
No.
So we may have to burn a timeout here. Here we go. We got 1 extra guy in the field, and we just gave him a first down.
Allen trying to run off the field. Daniels spins away from a sack.
That's what happens.
Taken down, and he actually drops the ball. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins picked up the fumble, runs to the 30, down at the 27, but there's a flag on the field, and like the analyst so adroitly said, it's about a 98%er is going to be, we had too many men out there. No.
Yeah, when you see 3 guys come on the field, 3 have to come off.
12 players on the defense.
Yep.
From the previous spots, a 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Meanwhile, Jaden Daniels, who had that dislocated left elbow, causing him to miss everything since week 9, he just had the Commanders training staff run out onto the field and work with the protective covering on that dislocated elbow.
Yeah, I think Eric Wilson, when he sacked Jaden Daniels, that left arm kind of came down like a hatchet on that brace, and so when the game goes on, those things twist and turn, and it's a pretty restrictive brace. So if it's not lined up right, it's going to be a problem.
Ben Lieber at the sideline quickly. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, Vikings coaches are very upset because on that substitution there, the umpire was standing over the ball with his arms out in a T, making sure the offense was not going to do anything, and they did not give us enough time to get Allen off the field.
So thus a free first down for the Commanders, and now it's a handoff to Chris Rodriguez. He heads to the left side, encountered near the point of attack, but he's able to drag some Vikings 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 6 with 11 and a half minutes to go in the third quarter. This is the first possession of the second second half. Washington so methodical with everything it does, trailing 14-0. Deebo Samuel wide left. Receivers left and right. Daniels with a couple in the backfield out of the shotgun. Blake Cashman cheats up to the A gap, and here he comes on a blitz. Wilson got through. Screen left to Deebo Samuel, incomplete, and Dallas Turner hit him hard right before he could have caught the pass. Nothing egregious there. 3rd and 6.
What's interesting is Washington doesn't really understand or know how the Vikings defense is going to defend things. I mean, on that play, you had Deebo Samuel in the backfield. He motions out. And they were almost surprised that Dallas Turner bumps out with the coverage. So whatever we're doing and throwing at them defensively, the different looks, different coverages, is definitely confusing.
3rd and 6. High snap to Daniels out of the shotgun. Brings it in. Floats out to the right. Eyes down the field. He's going to run. He pumps on Byron Murphy Jr., who hit him squarely. Daniels is strong, and he's able to fall ahead for a gain of 5. They did not get the first down. Could have been a gain of 3, but Daniels, even though taking a big hit from Murphy Jr., did not go backwards. 4th and 1.
Yeah, the Commanders have struggled all year with field goals, Paul, so it doesn't surprise me that they're going for it right here. But another opportunity for this Viking defense to really dot the I's, if you will, and make this a defensive game.
Washington 0 of 1 on 4th down. It was a goal line stand by the Vikings in the first half. 4th and 1. Daniels under center. McNichols, the tailback, play action on 4th and 1. Fastball over the middle, caught first down. Zach Ertz, his first catch today, caught it at the Vikings 29, and he'll thrust ahead to the 26. Quick hitting gain of 11, and a first down for the Washington Commanders, trailing 14-0.
Well, when Zach Ertz isn't getting the football, that means Josh Metellus is having a pretty good day, and Josh did. He had a great job on 4th down on the 4th down play for the touchdown when he's covering Deebo Samuel in the back of the end zone, and he's been doing a wonderful job on Zach Ertz, because Zach Ertz is the number 2 receiver on this Commanders offense, and we haven't heard much from him today.
With 4 touchdowns, 2 tight ends to the left of Laramie Tunsil on first down, and the handoff goes to the rookie, and Krosky Merritt with fresh legs. Nice cut to the left across the 25 to the 20, taken down at the 19. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Arizona rookie, 7-yard burst, 2nd and 3.
That's their answer, Paul, to what the Vikings are doing up front. Just to pull the guard and pull the tight end around and let McCroskey Merritt just, he's so quick, and he puts that foot in the ground and he gets north and south in a hurry. So that running game's starting to come back for the Commanders.
2nd and 3. Bates, the tight end, in motion to the left out of the shotgun. Back to the rookie Merritt. Bounces off a Viking, heads out to the right. Stop, no gain. A host of Vikings led by Andrew Van Ginkel, Jalen Redmond, and leading tackler Blake Cashman stopped Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. So now it's going to be 3rd and 3. This Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt's quite good. How about that? How about Arizona, your Wildcats college football team in the backfield last year? They had that Cameron Scadaboo, who's hurt for the Giants, with this guy. What a heck of a backfield that is.
Yeah, and he's such a great compliment to Rodriguez.
Washington is 3 of 7 on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 3 from the Vikings. 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Daniel shotgun takes the snap, throws left, incomplete. Excellent coverage, left flat by Isaiah Rodgers on Noah Brown. So now it's 4th and 3 from the Vikings 19. Flag, by the way. Here's Brad Allen. Yeah, there was a flag. I thought it was one of these excessive amount of yellow cleats we have on the field. In fact, there was no flag. And it's 4th and 3. Washington will go for it again. 1 of 2 on 4th down. 4th and 3 from the Vikings 19. 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Jalen Daniels clapping for the ball. 3 on the play clock. Gets it. Throws left, right. Left, that is. Picked off by Andrew Van Ginkel. And he goes steaming to the 50, to the 40, inside the 30. And that's where he's taken down. The Gink is on fire with his first interception this season. And the Minnesota Vikings take the ball via interception with a 14-0 lead in the 3rd quarter. And we pause on the Sleep Number scoreboard and the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Paul Harris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
A winning team needs great players. At Trade Home Shoes, we have legendary players like Birkenstock, Brooks, New Balance, UGG, Adidas, and Nike. We also have top performers like Hoka, On, Olakai, Ufos, Ultra, and a rising star, Rival. Whether you're gearing up for game day or the daily hustle, score a winning pair for the whole family at Trade Home Shoes. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
Hey, it's Corey Cove, Power Trip Morning Show. According to Abbott, Initials is on Friday, but the Power Trip does exist Monday through Thursday, like tomorrow, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Andrew Van Ginkel's interception just activated a BOGO ball from Caribou Coffee. Tomorrow only, you can get a buy one drink, get one free with promo code BOGOBall25 in the Caribou Coffee app. For more information, visit Vikings.com/Caribou. That was Andrew Van Ginkel's first interception this season, and the Minnesota Vikings' first interception since late October and that Thursday night football game at the LA Chargers. Minnesota now goes -14 in the take-give as McCarthy goes left to Justin Jefferson, caught at the 30. Nice stiff arm at the 25-yard line, and Justin Jefferson with a 9-yard catch and run. Going to make it 2nd and 1. We have a couple of flags on the field, though.
And Paul, the trainers for the Commanders are taking a look at Jaden Daniels' elbow. Isaiah Rodgers
by both teams on the play. Holding by the offense and holding by the defense. The penalty's offset. It's first down.
Maybe they were dancing together.
Yeah, okay. When's the last time you heard that called? But yeah, Jaden Daniels getting a look at on the sideline, and that was him trying to chase down Van Ginkel. He was blocked by Isaiah Rodgers. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on over there. Mariota may be forced to finish this football game.
Jaden Daniels playing for the first time since week 9 due to a dislocated elbow. J.J. McCarthy making a 7th start. Has it 1st and 10 from the 30. Handoff to Aaron Jones up the middle, and he'll be stopped by Martin and former Bear Eddie Goldman, 8th year from Florida State. It'll be a gain of 3 yards for Aaron Jones. 2nd and 7, middle of the third quarter. Minnesota leads 14-0. This is Minnesota's first offensive possession, and they get the ball off an Andrew Van Ginkel interception.
Yeah, Paul, and it's no, people have been wondering about the turnovers and lack thereof. Well, we're finally playing with a multiple score lead for a majority of this game. The Commanders can't kick field goals. It all snowballs.
Amen. McCarthy on 2nd down, out of the shotgun, bouncing around the pocket. He's been sacked twice. He'll throw right, incomplete. Jefferson, the intended target, singled up against a safety. Check that corner, Jonathan Jones, 10th year from Auburn. That's a 2-time Super Bowl winner with New England. It's an incomplete pass, so it's 3rd and 7. Minnesota 6 of 7 on 3rd down.
Yeah, protection's been good. That's just because the running game is helping, but that was probably the longest we've seen McCarthy hold the football today. He scanned that field from one side to the other and back again before really just throwing that football away. So That's been the difference today. It's just the timing of this offense and him getting rid of the football quickly.
3rd and 7 from the Washington 27. Jalen Naylor in motion to the left. J.J. McCarthy shotgun. He's going to throw to the right, knocked away. Excellent play by corner Jonathan Jones. Holy cow! T.J. Hawkinson open for about 2 seconds. Then, like Superman, Jonathan Jones leaves his feet and knocks the ball away to make it 4th down. And Will Reichard, the second-year kicker from Alabama, in to try a 45-yard field goal, right hash. Will is 21 of 23 this year. And his last field goal tries, he hit them both at Lambeau from 52 and 59. Snap spot, 45-yard try, west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. It's good. 7:01 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Vikings take the Andrew Van Ginkel interception and turn it into points. On the Sleep Number scoreboard, 17-0 Minnesota on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris. It's time to score a touchdown with the best deck you'll ever have, and it's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking. There are myriad reasons why. One is they're the leaders in design. So let them ship you free samples at no charge. Choose up to 4 decking samples to see which realistic wood styles are best for you. Start at TimberTech.com. Behold, it's TimberTech.com.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 5th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Minnesota Wild, Seattle Kraken, tomorrow at 9 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
We have a quarterback change taking place for the Commanders. Marcus Mariota will come into the game after Will Reichard kicks it away. And the Vikings lead 17-0. Reichard's field goal means another donation to Field Goals for Charity, courtesy of Innovative and Post-it Brands, programs benefiting NMDP, a leader in cell therapy. For information, nmdp.org/Vikings to make a difference. Boom! Reichard's kick is a line drive in the landing zone at the 7, rolls into the end zone, and McNichols will take a knee for a touchback. Good kick there by Will Reichard to neutralize a couple of nice kick returners. We said last possession before Daniels threw the interception to Van Ginkel that the training staff had come out on the field and they were working on his elbow that was dislocated in week 8 and continued to work on it, but something has gone amiss with Jaden Daniels. He's out of the game. So here comes Marcus Mariota, 1-5 this year, starting in the stead of Jaden Daniels. Mariota, in his 11th year from Oregon, has thrown 9 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. He's going to go under center. The center is Tyler Abiadish, 6th year from Wisconsin. On first down, trailing 17-0. The handoff goes to McNichols, right side, hit at the point of attack by a fired-up defense, but he'll forge ahead to the 25 for a gain of 4, maybe 5. We run down to Ben.
Yeah, just want to add on what Pete was talking about. Get ready for the deep ball and the big play from Marcus Mariota. The last 3 games, he's averaging 11.5 yards per catch by his wide receivers. Look out for Ertz up the seam and obviously Scary Terry on the outside.
That last run, the rookie Krosky Merritt for 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for the Commanders offense, led by Marcus Mariota, and the veteran throws over the middle, caught Deebo Samuel at the 35-yard line. He's attempting to push a lot of Vikings for more yardage, but about 6 gang up on him. Catch of 11 and a first down for the Commanders.
A little pistol look with a play action, and you sneak Deebo Samuel in behind the linebackers. We talked earlier, Cashman doing such a great job on those plays, but this time when you're going up against a wide receiver instead of a tight end, it's a lot more ground to cover, and Deebo Samuel was able to get behind him. So a good, efficient play by the Commanders.
Marcus Mariota wears the burgundy 8 under center, offset eye right, 1st and 10, and they're going to go back to the run to Krosky Merritt, and he eludes an on-charging Eric Wilson, who nearly had a tackle for loss of 5 yards, but the Arizona rookie will fall ahead for a gain of 1, making it 2nd and 9, 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Minnesota leads 17-0 at U.S. Bank Stadium, and Marcus Mariota is in for Jaden Daniels. If Jaden's done, 9 of 20, 78 yards, an interception to Andrew Van Ginkel, and he ran 4 times for 16 yards. It is 2nd and 9 for Washington. Mariota going out of the shotgun. Deebo Samuel in the backfield, flexes out to the left. Mariota, he's going to throw to the left. Intercepted by Harrison Smith, and the hitman turns it up to the 40, and he's taken down at the 36-yard line. That is the 38th interception in Harrison Smith's storied career, meaning he has passed Joey Browner for sole possession of 4th all-time in the annals of Minnesota Vikings history, and they picked off Washington 2 times today. 17-0 Minnesota on a Sunday that's colored purple and gold. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
What did you do at New Horizon Academy today, Miles? Mom, letter of the week is S. We added the word sun to our word wall. We read a book about the weather, built a solar oven on the playground. We practiced star breathing, and then I learned how to make an S in sign language. It was so fun!
Sounds like you had a great day.
New Horizon Academy offers premium early childhood development for all families. We serve best-in-class social-emotional education for kiddos from infancy to school age. Check us out at newhorizonacademy.net.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field. That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Well, the Vikings and the Commanders are just playing out the string in 2025, and so are Common and Tennessee. Join us tomorrow, noon to 3, right here on the Fan.
Hitman's first interception this year means he's just 1 sack from joining Rondé Barber as the only in the history of the NFL with at least 38 interceptions and 21.5 sacks. And he gives the Vikings with a 17-0 lead. Great field position. So McCarthy goes back to pass, play action, throws left on time to Jordan Addison right around the 15. It'll be a gain of 15. It'll be first down, Minnesota Vikings from the Commanders' 17-yard line.
I'm just amazed at how much room these Commander DBs give. Mikey Sainristil was he turned his hips and was bailing. He already started 12 yards deep, and when you go against a guy like Jordan Addison who can be in and out of breaks so well, there's no way you can roll your hips and get there. So I know Kevin O'Connell's been wanting to attack that all day.
McCarthy, 10 of 14, 119, and a touchdown to Oliver, first down. He's going to hand it to Jordan Mason. Tries the left, didn't like it, so he heads back to the right, and a relatively uninterested Washington team in terms of tackles lets Mason plunge ahead for a gain of 6 yards at 2nd and 4. Vikes lead 17-0 against a 3-9 team that has lost 7 in a row and is 1-6 at 1-6 on the road. These Commanders are starting to look a little tired.
Yeah, they are. And as we talked about earlier in the game, is to keep this defense on the field, keep running the football, keep being physical with them, and those runs, those 2-3 yard runs will eventually become 5, 6, 7 yards. Because like you said, Paul, in the last play, that thing was dead. It was just a cutback that was there, and that's just pursuit.
We have a timeout on the field. The Vikings have taken a timeout on 2nd and 4 from the Commanders' 11-yard line. The Minnesota Vikings have thrown it 14 times, and they've run it 21 times. So I asked you in the pregame show, former coach Pete Bursich, when it comes to, quote, simplifying, end quote, an offense, what does it mean? I think you explained it perfectly with the way things are happening today.
Yeah, and you have to like McCarthy's decision-making and how they put that into place, where the throws are quick. The ball is getting out of his hand quickly. It's not long down-the-field reads. It's much shorter, and he looks a lot better and more confident doing that. And then the lack of penalties and keeping the ball moving forward, all those things help.
2nd and 4, a couple of tight ends to the right of O'Neal. They'll toss that way to Mason. Turns it up outside the numbers to the 10. Angles to the left to the 8. Stopped at the 6, first down. 5-yard run by Jordan Mason, and that run was with purpose. 1st and goal, Minnesota from the 6.
Well, and that's a perfect example of what you just keep running the football. Things are going to work out. I think it was Jacob Martin, a defensive end. He had contained, so that play should not have gone outside. It should not have been able to work there. But because we've worn these guys out, Bobby Wagner wasn't able to run through the line, it becomes a positive play.
1st and goal from the 6. McCarthy under center. C.J. Hammond motion to the backfield. McCarthy back to pass, looking left. He'll throw right. Caught. Oliver. 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! A 2-touchdown Sunday for Josh Oliver, and the Vikings lead 23-0.
Well-designed play. You get the play action, everything on the bottom of the field to our near side here. You get the flat and the 7 route, and then Josh Oliver just kind of sneaks his way to the backside of that whole play. So fabulous job with the play fake. Everything set up beautifully designed. Josh Oliver with his 2nd touchdown today.
Extra point, snap spot. Yes. 24-0 Minnesota, 2:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. That's the score here. A National Football League scoreboard is around the corner on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Paul Leris.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. we gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Ready? I'm Josh Oliver, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings, KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Seahawks up 19-6 as Sam Darnold has thrown a touchdown there up over the Falcons. You also have the Bengals holding on to a lead. But Josh Allen has scored a couple of touchdowns and passed a couple of touchdowns, I should say. 21-18, Bengals still holding on over the Bills. And we have Adam Thielen with one reception for 4 yards. But we also have the Steelers up over the Ravens right now, 17-9. Now back to PA.
All right, Moss. Your Minnesota Vikings go 4 plays, 37 yards, 2 minutes, 4 seconds. That was after Harrison Smith's interception. So they get a touchdown off a Hitman's 38th pick. A possession after Van Ginkel picked off Jaden Daniels. They went down and got a field goal there. Hitman picks off Marcus Mariota, and the Vikings have a 24-0 lead. Boom. There's Reichert's kick, and here comes Debo from the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. He's near the Vikings bench. Breaks a tackle at the 24 of Tavier Thomas, and he will get out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. 25-yard return for Debo Samuel as Marcus Mariota comes back into the game. For Josh Oliver, this is his first 2 TD game, the first 2-touchdown game of Josh Oliver's career. He's in his 7th year from San Jose State, and the 3rd time J.J. McCarthy has had a 2-passing touchdown game so far this season. 24-0 Minnesota. Mariota goes out of the pistol formation, and they're going to try to slow things down and give it to Chris Rodriguez, but the Vikings defense will have none of it. They absolutely swarm him behind the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Allen continues to abuse his former team. Several Vikings converge along with Jalen Redmond on Rodriguez. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Jalen Redmond is as good as anybody on these inside stunts, right? He lines up in a B gap play after play, and then all of a sudden slants into that A gap, and the guard can't even get a hand on him. So Jalen Redmond with a nice changeup, beautiful play.
Mariota with 7 interceptions this year against 9 touchdowns, 2nd and 11 from his own 29. He'll go back to pass, step up. He is a running option. He'll throw to the left, incomplete, and it went through the hands of Zach Ertz, who was hit quite hard as he tried to bring it in. They're going to stop the game. Ertz is down. He's sitting up, but the Commanders training staff's going to take a peek. 3rd and 11 from the Commanders 29. 2:05 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Oh.
And Minnesota leads 24-0. Yeah, it was Jay Ward got him good, right?
Yeah, it looked like a hyperextension. It wasn't on the ground, thank goodness.
Let's pause. 24-0 Minnesota, 2:05 to go in the 3rd quarter from U.S. Bank Stadium. It's Vikings football.
When a loved one's memory starts to fade, it's more than forgetting names or dates. It's watching pieces of their life quietly slip away. At the Wellshire Memory Care, it isn't just treatment, it's understanding. The team at Wellshire provides specialized support, dignity, and a safe environment where every moment matters. If your family is facing the challenges of Alzheimer's or dementia, the Wellshire is here to walk that journey with you, with compassion and with care. Visit the Wellshire today at WellshireMN.com, WellshireMN.com.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at StarTribune.com/StripVarsity.
Hey,
Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My daughter loves to meet her friends at Warrior Sculpt, and my boys, they love to compete on the pickleball courts, and it gets scrappy. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
I'm Jordan Addison, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
Back to action here with a Zach Ertz out of the game. 24-0 Minnesota. 3rd and 11 for Washington, now led by veteran Marcus Mariota. 3 of 8 on 3rd down are the Commanders. Couple of receivers left. One out to the right. Vikings blitz. Cashman gets picked up, but guess who didn't? Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson with the sack on Marcus Mariota. 5.5 this year for Eric Wilson. And Tressway is in to punt to Miles Price.
And that 5.5 ties him for the lead with Dallas Turner. And it's him running a D-line stunt. He is really trying to deflect the guard. And then being the penetrator, just gets up in there and makes the sack. So he's picking for another defensive lineman, but yet he's the one getting free. What a beautiful job as an inside linebacker to run a stunt like that.
Tyler Ott snaps for Washington. Good one to the veteran Tressway, who has been with the Commanders so long. He was there when Kevin O'Connell was the offensive coordinator in 2019. Miles Price with the catch of the punt at 31. At the 31, then Tyler Owens, a backup safety, throws him down. And we have flags all the way back to where Way let go of the punt. Ballore, one of their linebackers, and Ivan Pace Jr., I think they got into it, and they're still yelling at each other as Ballore walks to his sideline and IP Jr. walks to his. But there is a flag.
Yeah. Ivan Pace lost his helmet, so I don't know what was going on there. Somebody lost their head, ironically.
That was Nick Ballore, 15th year from Central Michigan. Veterans like that don't generally mix it up unless something really got under their skin. Let's see.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness by both teams. Those dead ball fouls were offset. It will be first down. Timeout.
It's okay. 1:18 to go in the third quarter. And the Vikings have the ball and a 24-0 lead on the KFA Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You've followed your doctor's game plan to the letter. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with the Simplicity blood pressure procedure. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsor of the Vikings. Talk to your doctor. Results may vary. Adverse events include but are not limited to temporary pain and bruising. Read important risk factor information at beyondhbp.com.
It's Corey Cove Power Trip Morning Show. Vikings and Commanders now. Power Trip Morning Show tomorrow live, 5:30 to 9 right here on The Fan.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Vikings football.
Vikings Commanders live on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Now we have our second covenant cleanup coming up here momentarily as J.J. McCarthy goes back to pass, and he runs out to the right, getting away from the sack to the 30, 35, 40. McCarthy faked like he was going to go down at the 45, and he's finally taken down, or he submits at the 50. A run of 16 and a first down for the Vikings. My friend Superstats Dave Handlin, the statistician for Alan Horton on the Timberwolves Audio Network, texted me to avoid, quote, Pitchfork Nation, end quote, copyright Dan Barrero. Earlier I said Cam Scattaboo went to Arizona. Actually went to Arizona State. Thank you very much, Statsy. J.J. McCarthy went to Michigan, and he just ran the Minnesota Vikings to a first down with 30 seconds and counting to go in the third quarter, and Minnesota leads 24-0 as T.J. Hawkinson goes in motion to the left, handoff Aaron Jones. He'll head up the middle and shake a Bobby Wagner tackle. That doesn't happen often. Gets to the 45 to the 40, actually the 41. It's a run of 9 by Aaron Jones. And second and 1.
Paul, there's that running game we were talking about. Just you put some money in the bank, you tire out a defense, and then you're able to do things like that.
5 seconds to go in the quarter. McCarthy. They didn't take the cheese. That's the end of the third quarter. Josh Oliver has 2 touchdown receptions. Jordan Mason has a running touchdown. And Will Reichert hit a field goal. And the Commanders have no points. 24-0 Minnesota into the fourth quarter. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Just 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, and that keeps you gaming in the fast lane. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Officer? Can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 5th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
We are rubes like you, and we talk Vikings football every day, too. Join us weekdays 9 to noon. Now back to Vikings football.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Is 24-0 Vikings over Commanders. And guys, I'm just geeking out over this first down stat. I was talking about in the first half, we averaged almost 5 yards a carry or 5 yards a play on first down in the first half. How about this third quarter? 6 plays, 60 yards, 10 yards per first down play.
And on first down, it's another handoff, Nacho. It goes to Aaron Jones up the middle, and he goes for 4, maybe 5 yards. That was second down, actually. And he'll run to a first down. So, Ben, you know, what you're seeing down there field side is a Vikings team that's run 25 times and thrown 15 times. Like Pete said earlier, funny the things you can do when you have a lead.
Yeah, it simplifies the game, and I like it. Everything's been more crisp in the entire offense, so the operation has run well.
McCarthy under center, 1st and 10 from the Washington 36. It's play action. No, it's not. It's a busted play. However, McCarthy's going to throw to the end zone to Jefferson, incomplete. A diving Justin Jefferson, who has only 2 touchdowns this year. He went up for a grab on Mikey Sainristil. Couldn't bring it in, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, what a great pickup by Aaron Jones. I mean, just play action and away from the blitz, and
looks like he's able
to redirect and get something on a block. And unfortunately, someone had gotten by Donovan Jackson, and without that, JJ would have had an opportunity to really set his feet and throw that, and I think that could have been a touchdown.
Just underway in the fourth quarter, 24-0 Minnesota over the Commanders, led by Marcus Mariota. Jaden Daniels got knocked out of the game. Aaron Jones very much in the game, goes scheming up the middle to the 30-25, shakes a Commanders tackle at the 20, and with ferocity, Aaron Jones with an 18-yard run, first down, Minnesota.
That's 119 rushing yards, not counting what McCarthy's done, 22 yards on the ground as well. And we just started the fourth quarter, so we talked about it earlier, Paul. Stick with the run, wear these guys out. These 4 3-yard runs will eventually become the 10, 12, 15-yard runs. And how about that, 2nd and 10? Hand that thing off and get a fresh set of downs. I mean, that's fabulous.
13 runs, 69 yards for Jones. Vikings inside the red zone in the 20. They've scored 3 touchdowns from 3 tries. And McCarthy wants more. He goes back to pass. Flag on the play. Flares it out right. Jones spry at the 20 near the sideline to the 15. Inside the 10, 13-yard catch and run by Aaron Jones down to the 5. He's putting on a show, but all of that is pending infraction because there are 3 flags on the field.
Yeah, I think one of these is going to go against the Commanders because you saw McCarthy giving the decline sign. Roughing the passer.
All right.
You got all kinds of stuff going on.
Brad Allen, wearing the white cap, has this to say.
One of which was an ineligible receiver.
There are fouls by both teams on the play.
Special.
The ineligible player downfield by the offense is disregarded by rule because there's a personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. That 15-yard penalty is enforced from the previous spot, automatic, first down.
Whoa, don't hear that one often, Mr. Analyst.
No, you don't. And yeah, to have one penalty supersede another, and yeah, that was definitely a late hit. That was
who was it?
I'm trying to see who it was, but whoever it was, they're gonna get in their pocketbook. I'll tell you that.
That's 1st and goal, Minnesota, from the 9-yard line. It might have been DeMarcus Walker.
Yeah, I think it was DeMarcus 50. Walker, elevated from the practice squad. And
yep.
That whole paycheck boost he got is going to be given right back to the league.
24-0 Minnesota. McCarthy has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Josh Oliver has caught both. Jordan Mason has a rushing touchdown. Oliver's to the right of Brian O'Neill. Let's put him on a trifecta. Straight eye behind McCarthy, who's going to toss right to Aaron Jones. They're trying to pay off showtime. He grinds inside the 6 to the 5 to the 4, down to the 2-yard line. 7-yard run by Aaron Jones. 2nd and goal from the 2. Jones has 2 touchdowns this year, one by land and one by air. C.J. Ham checks out. Jalen Naylor comes in.
Yeah, it's part of it's awesome, but part of it's frustrating, too. We finally get the offensive line together for a majority of a game. We had one half of it before. and sticking with the run, and now we're seeing the fruits of that labor. I mean, Aaron Jones is just 5, 6, 7 yards a carry right here.
Jones the single set. 2nd and goal from the 2 with a 24-0 lead. Oliver in motion to the left. McCarthy, play action, straight drop, looks left, encountered, gets away from it, spins to the 4, grinds back to the line of scrimmage, and he'll be stopped right there. In fact, he might have lost one. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3 with 12:10 and counting to go in the game. Minnesota up 24-0.
Yeah, the play fake really didn't fake out anybody. And it was Jacob Martin that got around Brian O'Neill and just put the initial pressure, wasn't able to bring McCarthy down, and McCarthy got what he could. And, you watching McCarthy carrying the football, I say, hey, man, just be careful. You know what I mean? You want to see him string together 5 good weeks of football here as we end up the season.
Let's put Justin on a touchdown for the first time in seemingly forever. He's wide left. He has 2 this year. 3rd and goal from the 2. McCarthy shotgun. Back to pass, looking the way of Jefferson. Steps up, throws to the end zone. Incomplete through the hands of Jordan Addison. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 2. This second-year Michigan corner who played with J.J. McCarthy for the Wolverines, Mikey Sainristil. He's a nice player.
Yeah, he is. And they're definitely, like I said, it's hard to tell if it's the technique or the player, but those guys play so far off. Now in the red zone, obviously they're going to be rolled up more, but I don't think that those guys are playing from a position of advantage. And with this drive, Paul, I mean, we ran the ball. Now it might be the 3rd time in a row we're going to throw it.
4th and goal from the 2, and O'Connell's going for it, or is he?
Now we got to take a timeout. We had Jalen Naylor and Justin Jefferson had some communication here. Not quite sure where everybody's going to line up. So somewhere there was a mistake. And here we go, taking a timeout.
O'Connell sprinted about 30 yards down to Sarah Thomas on the officiating staff of Brad Allen to call that timeout. So the Vikings have 1 timeout remaining this quarter, that is. Washington has 3, 11 and a half minutes to go in the game. It's 4th and goal from the 2. Minnesota leads 24-0 and is keeping the offense on the field to attempt to get another touchdown and just shake out all of the offensive inadequacy that has been presented over the last month in one single December Sunday. This is the 9th play of a possession that's gone 64 yards with a 24-point lead in the 4th quarter. 4th and goal from the 2. Hawkinson in motion to the right. McCarthy back to pass. Fastball right. Caught. TJ bounces off Commanders. Touchdown! TJ Hawkinson with a tough guy touchdown. And the Vikings lead 30-0.
Yeah, TJ bouncing off defenders, Paul. Time of possession, yardage, plays, all those things add up. And this might be the first time this season that we've seen this Viking offense just literally wear down a defense. I mean, the Commanders are facing their 8th loss in a row. They're not rallying. The route is definitely on. But for TJ, what a great play. He gets hit by 2 defenders from Washington and able to spin off that and score. And it was Jonathan Jones getting up late. So this Commanders defense, this Commanders team is pretty beat up. Losing Zach Ertz, losing, Jaden Daniels coming out again because of his elbow. I mean, this has got to be a tough pill for them to swallow.
For the first time in his young career, J.J. McCarthy has thrown 3 touchdowns in a game. Sure likes those tight ends today, doesn't he? Josh Oliver has 2. T.J. Hawkinson, he has the 3rd, 3 TDs this year for T.J. And for J.J. McCarthy, he now has 9 touchdowns against 10 interceptions and has looked fantastic. Record to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Snap spot. Kick. Yes. On the sleep number scoreboard, Minnesota leads 31-0, 11 and a half minutes to go in the game. On the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by J.J. McCarthy and Polaris. Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit gogpac.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings and go GPAC.
You're listening to Vikings football.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/ownit. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
I'm TJ Hawkinson, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. And you got Josh Allen with a couple of touchdowns, 188 yards. But the Bengals still have that lead, 21-18. And the Jags have the lead over the Colts. Daniel Jones went out with a pretty significant injury. Jags up 28-13. Now back to PA.
All right, Muss. 9 plays, 66 yards, 4:52 off the clock. Vikings extend the lead to 31-0. Boom. Reichert's kick 7 yards deep in the end zone. And Deebo Samuel opts for a fair catch. 31-0 Minnesota, 11 and a half minutes to go in the game. Marcus Mariota replaced Jaden Daniels in the third quarter. Assumedly, Jaden having some problems with that dislocated elbow that cost him a month and change of starts. Going against a Vikings team that so far has 0 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 3 J.J. McCarthy TD passes, a career high, and 2 Josh Oliver touchdown catches, also a career high. First down for the Washington Commanders. Mariota, back to pass, throws right, and it's caught in Vikings territory at the 46-yard line. Noah Brown with his first catch since returning from injury, 19-yard gain, first down.
Yeah, for the Commanders, they were hoping that Noah Brown could be that additional, like the gas on the dynamite, so to speak, because of the speed of Terry McLaurin. And then you add Noah Brown to that mix and the versatility of Deebo Samuel. You can see that what they were trying to do or what they want to do with that wide receiving core.
Commanders operating without Zach Ertz, ruled out with that injury in the third quarter. Mariota hands it to Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, rookie from Arizona, and he'll run to the right side for 9 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 1, right around 2nd and 1 for the Commanders from the Vikings 38. Now, we've had a little change with it since we came back after the kick, but the Vikings had held the ball 27 minutes compared to 22 minutes and small change for the Commanders. I mean, the Vikings are winning the time of possession. That's how great today is.
Yeah, they are. A lot's changed, and the big part of it, too, Paul, is just doing a good job with the penalties and not turning the football over.
Second down, offset eye left by Marcus Mariota, who goes under center. He's going to give it to the speedy rookie, Krosky-Merritt, and he swings around the left side to the 35-30, and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt gallops to the 28-yard line for a Commander's first down. That is a 10-yard run. And it's 31-0 Minnesota, 9:50 and counting to go in the game. The Vikings' last shutout took place December of 2023 when they beat Las Vegas 3-0 in that Dobbs game. The Vikings are hoping to shut out the Commanders the way they were shut out last week against Seattle. First down from the 28. A couple of tight ends in the game. They're balanced. Handoff, Krosky Merritt. Dallas Turner gets around tight end Ben Sinnott and is able to take down the back after a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Now that is an underrated, fabulous play by Dallas Turner. When you're getting blocked by one of the tight ends, Ben Sinnott in this case, he just marched him back into the lap of the running back. So that's not just keeping contained, that's destroying the edge, making the running back cut back, and then, oh, by the way, get off the block and make a tackle. So Dallas Turner, not a lot in the pass rush mode today, but he's playing the run well.
2nd and 9 from the Vikings 27. Marcus Mariota back up to Jaden Daniels, shotgun, big rush, gets away from it, runs away from Taki Taimani to the right, but he's taken down at the 25-yard line. Eric Wilson is able to corral the quarterback after a gain of 3, so now it's 3rd and 6 from the Vikings 24. 8.5 minutes to go in the 13th game of the season. Minnesota leads 31-0.
And who'd have thought Eric Wilson would be one of the bigger defensive gets of the offseason? Being back again, but 5.5 sacks, tied for the lead on this team. I mean, he's had a fantastic season. Versatile, playing the edge, playing the middle. He's all over the place.
Washington 3 of 9 on 3rd down. McNichols in the game as the back with that nice pass protection, and Marcus Mariota goes out of the shotgun. It's a 4-man rush. The veteran sprints out to the right, outside the numbers. He pumps, and it turns it up at the 20. Ball popped out, but is it a recovered fumble by Javon Hargrave? Yes, it is! Javon Hargrave recovered a fumble. The Vikings are +3 in the take-give, and they're doing all of that with a 31-0 lead, middle of the 4th quarter. We pause. 31-zip Vikings on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our Built Wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger side-by-sides, Indy snowmobiles, and Bennington pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
Here's a little advice for you. Leave now and you'll beat the traffic. Common and Teneby will talk Vikings Commanders tomorrow, noon to 3, right here on The Fan.
Welcome back to the game with just under 8 minutes left to go in the game. The shutout is intact as the Commanders were threatening because on a 3rd and 6 scramble by Marcus Mariota, it was Andrew Van Ginkel that trips up Mariota, and then in midair, The Hargrave hustle play from the line of scrimmage from behind, knocks the ball out in midair and recovers it on the Commander's sideline. What a fantastic play.
Best play Hargrave's made since he joined the Vikings. Handoff to Mason left, and he'll plunge ahead inside the numbers for a gain of 2 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 8 with 7:40 and counting to go in the game. And Minnesota leads 31-0.
Yeah, it's amazing when you have a multiple score lead and you can play with that, and you're making the opposing offense go for it on 4th down, do things. They're just trying to move the chains, is trying to do too much, and that's when the turnover starts. So to come up with 3 today, interception by Van Ginkel, interception by Harrison Smith, Javon Hargrave on the fumble recovery, just a great job defensively.
2nd and 8 for Minnesota from its own 19. McCarthy play action, pulled everybody, boots out to the right, throws to Addison, caught at the 25-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. He'll get to about the 27, catch of 9, and Washington kind of disinterested right now with this 3-9 record, about to be 1-7 on the road, about to lose 8 in a row. I mean, all current Commanders, former WFTs and Redskins, everybody bid on that boot.
Yeah, it's the first one I think that we've run all day today. So when the running game's effective, Paul, it's amazing how bootlegs and the play actions and those other plays open up.
1st down, 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line for McCarthy, who goes under center. He's going to throw right to Ty Felton, the rookie Ty Felton, at the 30-yard line near the sideline to the 35. Ty Felton with some tough love yardage. 11-yard reception for Ty Felton, and a 1st down.
Only his 2nd reception of the season, Paul. He's been on kickoff return duties and some of those other parts, special teams, but you see that off coverage. We've been talking about it all day. Antonio Hamilton Sr., cornerback, he's 12 yards off, just raise up and throw it. You make one guy miss, and you're moving the chains.
Longest reception of Ty Felton's young career. It's a 1st down from the Vikings 38, operating without Christian Darrisaw, who has just come out of the game because the Vikings are in such a position to win. Justin School is in at left tackle. Toss left to Jordan Mason. Flag on the play. And several Commanders, led by the great Bobby Wagner, caught him behind the line of scrimmage, but we have an infraction.
Holding, defense, number 98, 5-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Sheldon Day, the former Viking, who was here in 2023 with the old holding.
Yeah, that's a call you don't see very much. I mean, the other thing of interest is Justin Jefferson on the sideline.
Yep.
So I think he's done for the day. 2 receptions, 11 yards, long at 13. So that connection still isn't quite there yet. We've come a long way today. This offense has come a long way today, but that connection's still yet to mature.
Xavier Scott, the tailback. A couple of tight ends in the game. They're balanced. Hand off to Zay Scott, right side, across the 40. And he'll be taken down by Preston Smith. Gain of 1. 5 minutes to go in the game. And it's 2nd and 9 from the Vikings 44-yard line with a 31-0 lead. All about snapping that 4-game losing streak. All about scoring a touchdown in the 1st quarter, meaning they didn't go 9 consecutive quarters without a touchdown. They're not going to lose 5 in a row for the first time since 2011, and they're going to have 2 home wins as of now, which means they won't have the worst home record in the history of the team. McCarthy back to pass, fastball to the left, caught Addison. Ooh, he spins to the right to the 50, makes a Commander miss at the 47. Jordan Addison with juice to the 44-yard line. It's a 12-yard catch and run by Jordan Addison, and the running part was very nice.
Yeah, 62 yards now on 4 receptions for Jordan Addison. So again, that the tight end, it's a very tight end heavy offense today, especially in the red zone. And with the quick decision making, the quick throws that McCarthy's making, it makes sense that the tight ends are much more involved. But his rapport with Jordan Addison is evident.
It's 1st and 10 from the Commanders' 44. Xavier Scott still the tailback. Addison in motion. McCarthy play action, and he's going to roll out to the left and throw, and he's throwing it every single time to Jordan Addison, who tried to bring it in but couldn't. It's an incomplete pass. Frankie Louvu, 8th-year Washington State, the dropping linebacker on the coverage. 3:42 to go in the game. 2nd and 10 from the Commanders' 44.
Yeah, it's a ball that should have been caught. It hit Addison in the hands, and when he brought it in, it somehow bounced out. So I'm sure Jordan Addison wishes he had that one back.
Addison and Ty Felton depart. C.J. Ham, the team's Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate for his philanthropic work off the field. He checks in. Nailers wide left. Tight end Ben Sims in motion to the left. McCarthy under center. Hands it to Xavier Scott, who makes a commander miss in the backfield following C.J. Ham. He'll get to the 41 and grind to the 40-yard line. Run a 4 by Xavier Scott. 3rd and 6 now with 3.5 minutes to go in the game. And the Minnesota Vikings trying to secure their first shutout since 2023 when they beat the Vegas Raiders 3-0.
Yeah, but this one by no means was a nail-biter like that one was. Remember Justin Jefferson just getting back.
Yeah.
He goes out early in that game, and the defense just absolutely played their tails off. And again, Paul, today, the last couple of weeks, the defense has played, even despite many points he gave up against Seattle, they've been playing great.
McCarthy on 3rd down, back to pass. It's a screen to Xavier Scott, right side, turns it up at the 40. Hit hard by Bobby Wagner. Xavier Scott goes to grinding past the 35, close to the first down, but he just missed it after a catch of 5. Or do they say he got it?
The stick guy was waving himself forward.
Well, the Vikings are going to hustle to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to do so on 4th and 1 from the 34. Brad Allen.
Timeout for a virtual measurement.
A virtual measurement. Get to play a video game during the 31-0.
The Vikings over 300 yards of offense, 155 on the ground, 151 in the air, so about as balanced as you can get. I think they're going to come up a little bit short here, so it'll be interesting to see if the Vikings go for it. Right, try to preserve this shutout, or maybe try to kick the field goal.
Here's the virtual measurement with the triangulated cameras at U.S. Bank Stadium. Measurement starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, and he missed it supposedly by 10 inches. Well, they got these triangulated. We're supposed to believe, or excuse me, they have these triangulated cameras so dialed in that they can figure out it was 10 inches.
Yeah, it just doesn't replace the drama of the old sticks.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
The chain gang running out there.
Yeah, the chain gang was... I kind of missed the chain gang, Paul. Well, what are you going to do?
All right, so it's 4th and very short from the 34. And Kevin O'Connell is keeping the offense on the field. Tight end Ben Sims to the left of Justin School at left tackle. Josh Oliver to the right of Brian O'Neill. Xavier Scott pounds his way up the middle for a Minnesota Vikings first down between the hash marks to the 30 and stopped at the 25. 9-yard run gets us to the 2-minute warning, and the Vikings have a 31-0 lead on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this, you behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every $1 you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And jerk-face Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hun, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
This is Vikings Commanders on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
31-0 Vikings into the final 2 minutes of the 13th game of the season. Minnesota's going to improve to 5-8. Washington will drop to 3-10. Ben Lieber will have an interview with Josh Oliver on the field right after the game. Then we have the post-game show. You'll hear Kevin O'Connell's post-game press conference. And after that, Nordo and Deron Johnson with Minnesota Vikings Fan Line. Get ready for kickoff with Pothole Pizza only at Quick Trip. You can watch or listen to the game with the Pothole Pizza. It's also available at U.S. Bank Stadium. Give joy to local families in need by donating to the Salvation Army. Donate at salvationarmynorth.org. And now is the perfect time to score the Hyundai car or SUV you've always wanted. So see your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer today. The last time the Minnesota Vikings scored a touchdown in each quarter, which they did today, was nearly a year ago to the day, December 8th of last year versus Atlanta. J.J. McCarthy with his first 3-touchdown passing day. Josh Oliver with his first 2-touchdown receiving day. And Ben Lieber will be interviewing Josh Oliver shortly after the game.
And Paul, what a job by the defense, right? 206 yards of total offense. They pitched the shutout. You're +3 in the take-give. I mean, again, it's not rocket science what's been ailing this team and what's really what the headwinds have been. There's still a long way to go. We only had 120 some yards of passing, so 163 on the ground, though. What a great day on the ground. The rushing game, staying with it. The guys up front, the moving company, will finally get back together. Fantastic job.
The Minnesota Vikings have won their 50th game at U.S. Bank Stadium. And for J.J. McCarthy, he wins in front of the home fans for the first time in his career. David Koog, the statistician, has a key to the game. It's J.J. McCarthy, 16 of 23, 163 yards, 3 touchdowns. First 3 TD game of his career, passing-wise, that is. Josh Oliver with a couple, T.J. Hawkinson with 1. J.J. McCarthy's passer rating, 129.2. Well done, young man. The final score, 31-0 Minnesota. Ben Lieber with Josh Oliver next. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos.